that'll get us going now. So, as I said, yes, nothing in the way of reports of superstars that are coming back. We did hear about, like, Dexter Lumis, and we did hear in advance about Hit Row, and we did hear in advance about Karrion Kross. So we've had a few shows recently where we've heard of returns, but nothing for today, or certainly nothing that I've seen, as I said. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. What we do know is that there's going to be a Riddle promo, and apparently he's going to talk about his future. So we're going to find out what that means. I don't think, I haven't heard of any injury problems or anything like that. Obviously, he's been acting injured. So I would imagine Seth against Riddle at Clash at the Castle is apparently all set and ready to go. So I'm just expecting that to be a segment between Riddle and Seth. So we got a Riddle promo. Then we've got Alexa and Asuka taking on Nikki and Doudrop. That is going to be obviously a first round tag team match for the women's tag tournament. So we've got that coming up. I expect Alexa and Asuka to be getting through that. Then we've got Bobby Lashley taking on AJ Styles. I believe this is for the United States Championship, which is a little weird if it is, because I honestly don't know why. Because I remember Ciampa winning the right just a few weeks back to challenge for the United States Championship, and obviously he didn't win. But now we've got AJ competing for it just a couple of weeks later, so I don't know. I mean, in all fairness, Bobby said he wanted to be a fighting champion and defend it on a regular basis. So, fair play. I don't know, though. I'm a bit torn on it. Like, is this a bit too soon after he's just defended it for him to be defending it again just a couple of weeks later? I suppose, like, the John Cena US Open Challenge, that was pretty much like a weekly thing, and that, if anything, made the United States Championship more exciting, so maybe not. But I must admit, I wasn't expecting a US title match, and when I saw it, I was quite surprised. And then, obviously, Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis last week, obviously, cars being crashed, Dexter Lumis trying to get to the ring. What are we going to get from Dexter Lumis this week? I'm sure we're going to see him. I'm sure he's going to be around. I'm sure he's going to be trying to get into the ring or get into AJ. I can't quite tell what he's trying to get to. Is he trying to storm the show? Or is he specifically going for AJ Styles? If he is specifically going for AJ Styles, then Dexter Lumis could be in that Bobby Lashley AJ Styles segment, something to keep an eye on. So, yeah. But that's it. I mean, I haven't seen anything else announced. Unless Triple H and WWE are going to put something out in this next hour. That's everything that I've seen as a preview for tonight. Boy says, I got tickets for Extreme Rules. Very cool. Have fun, my friends. I'm sure you will. WWE killing it at the moment, so it might be hard to go to a show and not have fun. Which, I don't know if you could have said that in the past, but yeah, have fun. Dave said, I think Theory will cash in on Lashley. It makes more sense, says Dave. Dexter will go after Styles, says KC666. How the hell do I pronounce that? Kasaya? I've gone with Kasaya. I see a merger of DIY and The Way, says Knight Rider. Pablo, shout out to you, sir. Do you think Kross will dethrone Roman? No, I think if it's going to be anyone, I think it'll be Drew. I think that Roman is not going to be leaving Clash with both of his belts. I don't know how we're going to get the one belt off him. I even read a report earlier saying that WWE are looking to take a belt off him and they still don't know how they're doing it themselves. So I completely agree. I mean, it has to make sense. It really has to make sense as to why you would only drop one title instead of both titles. But yeah, it's very hard to know how you make an argument for that. I mean, unless Roman says like that Drew's not worthy of both belts and he's only going to defend the one. But as I said, if he says that, immediately everyone's going to be like, well, Drew's winning. Drew's winning then. If Roman's not putting both belts on the line, just one. I mean, you would only do that if you was looking to take one off of him. So, yeah, It's going to be hard. It's hard, actually, really hard. Hard to know how you book it so that it's going to still be like a surprise and not predictable. And I don't know, yeah. See, the thing was with British Bulldog in SummerSlam 92, no one had a clue if Bulldog was winning that. Not a clue. I had no idea. No one knew which way that was going. There was every chance, because Bret was massively over in the UK, so there was every chance that Bret Hart was going to win that main event. And of course, that was before, like, everyone knew that it was all scripted and everything. So, I mean, there will have been a lot of people in the crowd that did know, but I kind of feel like the vast majority of people were kind of not sure. And so I don't think people were going to that show going, listen, they're going to have the Bulldog go over. It's in London. It makes sense for the Bulldog to win it, and the big moment at the end. I don't think anyone in 92 is having that conversation. I don't think anyone in 92 is having that kind of conversation. I think the conversation is, do you think the Bulldog can do it? I hope he does. It'll be, it'd be brilliant if he does. Like, I think that was the conversation. Do you think he can? Back then, the focus was a lot more on the wrestlers and can the wrestlers do it? More so than, do you think they'll book it that way? How do you think Vince is going to book it? That is just not the conversation that people were having. Certainly was not the conversation that little old me was having. So I kind of feel like 92 was so special and you really didn't know which way it was going to go. And now we're all smart. Now we've all been smartened up to the business. I think now, I feel like it's close. And I do think there's a bit of doubt there. I don't think that it's 100% Drew wins. And as I said, how do you just get the one belt off of him? I don't know. It's really difficult. It's really difficult. And then how do you do it without making it super flipping obvious? Again, really, really difficult. So, I mean, I don't mind the idea of Roman having a match with Karrion for the Universal and then having a match for Drew for, the WWE and doing it that way. So Roman ends up having 2 matches, but he's like, I ain't defending both titles twice. I'll defend one against you and the other against you. That way I'm defending both on the same night. I can see that argument, and it feels like a clean way of doing it. But are you really going to get 2 Roman matches? I would have to say no. So I don't think you're going to get that. But that would feel like the cleanest way to do it. Or the way that probably makes the most sense as to why he would only defend one belt. So, yeah, Clash, I think, is going to be a massive show. Massive, massive show. And I don't just mean in size. I mean in regards to the future of the main titles. I think there will be some movement at Clash. Do you think Bray's return about WWE? Do I think about Bray's return to WWE? Not much. I don't think about it that much. I mean, it tends to come up in conversation. But it comes up in conversation because there's so many people hoping that it's going to happen. And I think that there's as great a chance as there's ever been. But there is absolutely nothing confirmed. The closest that we got, we did a stream on the other day. We know that the creative department has spoken about him. So we know for a fact, well, I say fact, as much as a fact we can get with, wrestling journalism, that his name is discussed internally and that creative department have discussed him. But we're still not at the point where it's like, yeah, he's coming back. We're still not at that point. So I think there's a good chance, though. I think there is a good chance of him returning. Drew going for the WWE title only could still be unpredictable because Theory could still cash in and take it, says Austin. Do you think Sasha Banks can win the Royal Rumble as her return storyline? I don't think she should. I think that she and Naomi, I mean that just doesn't make any sense to me. Because they gave her the opportunity of going for a title. Now, granted, she wasn't going to win it, but they still gave her the opportunity of being in a main event storyline. Honestly, it's crazy when you think about why she walked out. she walked out over like the women's tag titles, and she wanted to make them bigger, but that is not something that the company at the time was interested in doing. And what they offered her was, well, we're going to actually use you in a match, in a like, you know, a main event match where you will be competing for the women's championship. I think they wanted to do her against Ronda against Sasha was the match they wanted to do. And that wasn't good enough. I mean, it is crazy when you think about it. So for her to now come back, win the Royal Rumble, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I really feel like if she's coming back, she's got to be doing something with the women's tag titles, because that was the whole point in her walking away. So why would she come back and now go after the singles title? So it's got to be around the tag title for Sasha's return. Hasib said, do you think this is a bad thing that no matter all the things WWE have done, I'm not interested in the product and I've not watched for weeks? No, that's just personal preference, isn't it? Esteban said, is WWE going to face returning star burnout? Yes. Yes, they will. And I think there's two ways to look at it. First way is Triple H can not care, and he can be doing it not so much for you, but doing it more because he needs a stronger roster, and he feels that he's got like positions that he needs to fill, right? So I think that it can be seen a few different ways. If he is doing it for the ratings, and he's like, oh, we need to bump the ratings, I need to bring someone back, that is a problem, because it's a nice little thing to have to bump the ratings, and it'll always be a nice little bump for the ratings, but it really isn't something that you should be turning to on a regular basis. But I don't think Triple H is doing that, because actually, if you think about it, these shows are going to have bumps in ratings anyway, because these are the first shows without Vince, so people are going to tune in to see what it's like without Vince. So he doesn't need necessarily to be bringing people back now. What he could be doing, and you could even make an argument should be doing, is he should be doing some vignettes, some teases of people that are on the way, so that people tune in now and they watch because there's no Vince, and there's teases for what's coming, and it potentially keeps the people around because they want to see what these vignettes are and they want to see who these people are. That's not what Triple H is doing. What he's doing is he's got people tuning in because there's no Vince, and he's giving those people something of significance. Like, here, thank you for tuning in. Here's a returning star. You might know them, you might not know them, but here's the returning star. And I think he's not doing it so much for those people. I think he's doing it because he just wants them back. He just wants them back. He wants them on the roster. He knows that he can do some stories with them. And so I think there will be returning star burnout, but that is only a problem if it's a way that you are bumping ratings, and I don't think Triple H is using it that way. He is just bringing them back because these are the people that he wants on the roster. So it will stop eventually, and that will it be a problem? Maybe. I mean, if there are people tuning in to see who comes back this week, that is a problem, because the show should be about the stories, should be about the roster, should be about building to Clash. It shouldn't be who's coming back this week. So if we don't get anyone coming back tonight, it shouldn't be a problem, because the vast majority of shows do not have people coming back on them, and you can't keep bringing people back on every show. There's not enough people, and you'd blow through your budget if you was bringing someone back, and it would get boring as well, because you can't. There's only so many stars. Do you know what I mean? I mean, already I saw people complaining about Hit Row coming back. There was a good chunk of people that weren't interested. There's a good chunk of people that were saying he's already scraping the barrel. And to be honest, I think they completely missed the point. I don't think he's scraping the barrel at all, because I don't think that he is trying to bump the ratings that way. I think what he was doing is he was bringing back a group that he believed in and believed he can do something with. And so that's why they came back. So, yeah, it's a little more complicated, I think, than just, yes, it's people are going to get burnt out. It's a bit more complicated because I don't think that's why he's doing it. So Jensen says, hello, my partner and I are expecting a girl. Oh, what, to pop round? Have you, ordered one or something? Many congratulations. Look at that. The kids are cheering. The kids are going crazy. Jensen, shout out to you, dudes. Well done. That's very, very cool news. Did you have one of those, like, gender reveal party things? That's, I believe, on trend, isn't it? I mean, I think back in the day, you just went to the doctor and they told you and that's it. But now I've seen all this kind of craziness online where they do these parties and they reveal the gender to the family and it's all this big hoo-ha. So maybe you did that, maybe you didn't. You'll have to let us know. People in the chat saying congratulations. I think that's to me. Thank you. Yes, I do deserve it. Dark Angel said, people don't understand Triple H is trying to right some of the wrongs in bringing back certain stars. MKMCD said, I think Sasha and Naomi come back and win titles. Then feud over losing them and they both separate and then Sasha goes back into the title picture by winning the Rumble. Jamie said, Days currently partying the night away in Benidorm. Great way to end the day by watching Raw. Brilliant. Wow, Jamie, shout out to you, dudes. Partying the night away. Are we live in a club right now? Are you like dancing away on the dance floor? You got your phone like this? I'd love that. I'd love it if a girl came over and went hi and you were just like, excuse me, I'm watching Wrestling Days. Hi, can I buy you a drink? No, I'm alright, thanks. I'm just watching Wrestling Days. Woo, yeah! I hope that's what's happening. In my mind, that's what's happening. I think B-Fab is more important than Hit Row will be, says Michael. Maybe. I did a video where I was talking about like the top 10 stars that released stars that he should bring back, and I said B-Fab. And it was one that I was on the fence about because I actually am not the biggest Hit Row fan. I don't mind them. I haven't got anything against them personally, but I just think they overdo it a little bit with their mannerisms and their poses and all that kind of stuff. And it comes off as a little bit forced, a little bit manufactured, a little bit fake, which I've actually found out recently is not true. I've actually found out they're left to their own devices. Like, apparently down in NXT, they just allowed them to do what they wanted because Triple H and Shawn knew that if they told them what to do, it would come across as fake, manufactured, and all this kind of stuff, which it already does to me. But hey-ho, I think they will get over with the crowd because there's not really anything else like them. And I think their songs are all right. I've heard like them do a couple of their tracks, and it's not like a disaster or anything. It's all right. I mean, listen, it ain't amazing either. We're not talking about A Tribe Called Quest or flipping, NWA. But it's all right. And I can see them getting over. They offer something different. So I think as a tag team, they're going to really add to that tag division. And it's just nice to see a proper tag team. Because, to my knowledge, that's how they'll be used. Ultimately, they can go their separate ways as well, long term. And then, Top Dollar could be interesting. Big guy. Might be able to get something out of him once he's kind of established himself. Even Ashanti, the Adonis, he looks all right. I could see him doing a few things around the mid-card. Certainly don't see him at the top of the card, but who knows, once he is up and running and finds his feet. Might be a monster, who knows. But I think they'll be all right. But yeah, B-Fab, I think she's got such an interesting look. And look is so important. So important. I mean, you can make an argument that it's people's look that really gets them where they are more so than the wrestling. Hulk Hogan was never regarded as an amazing wrestler, but he was jacked. He had like long blonde hair, tanned body, the 24-inch pythons. You could say that it was his look that meant he was the chosen one, if you will. Same with John Cena, actually. John Cena, I remember hearing a story that John Cena was backstage and Vince turned around and he was like, get that roided, steroid riddled guy away from me like Vince didn't want to know. Because obviously he'd been through a lot of drama with steroids and the steroid trial. And he took one look at Cena and he was like, nah, get that guy away from me. Not interested. And they told him, no, he's clean. He's been tested. He's clean. That is all natural. And Vince was like, ka-ching! Dollar signs appeared, and that was it. So, I think looks really important. I think she's got a great look, absolute brilliant look. So, I don't disagree. I think as long as she can not embarrass herself during a match, and I saw a couple of her matches in NXT. She didn't actually have loads. She spent more time like on the outside of the ring as the guys were wrestling than she did like have her own matches. But whenever I saw her, she was all right. I remember she has a match with like Elektra Lopez. It was all right. It wasn't amazing, and there was a few botches, a few moments that were a bit. But we'll see. Pablo said, "I'm going to go to London on September 9th. Can I meet you?" I'm not in London, bud. I'm not in London. You can look for me high and low, but unfortunately you won't find me because I don't actually live there. I live about 2 hours away from London. So I live in I'm quite snuggled up to Wales actually. Not too far from Wales, but the north of Wales. So I'm on the English side. Let's get that clear, yeah? I'm not over on the Welsh side. Right, I'm on the English side, but kind of near the top of Wales. Clash at the Castle is at Cardiff, and that's at the bottom of Wales. I mean, in all fairness, Wales ain't that big of a country. I would imagine there are many states that are bigger than Wales. So, Wales isn't that big. I actually don't know how long it would take to drive from where I am right now to Cardiff, but I'd probably put it in like the 2.5 hour range. Maybe 3 hours, maybe. Around that kind of ballpark. I would do that if someone from Raw beat Roman and get the title and stay on Raw. Could we get B-Fab Bianca down the line? Sure, yeah. Do you know how Vince wasn't interested in wrestlers that were considered old in their 40s? Do you think Triple H will utilise them? It's hard to read. I'll tell you what, the chat is on fire, man. It's great to see. Do I think Triple H will use older stars? I think he will. I don't think age in this modern day is as big a barrier. I think that there's a real good understanding of nutrition and a real good understanding of just, various different things now that allow you to compete, like, when you're older. Kind of back in the day, you was kind of seen as being done, really, once you was in your kind of 40s. But we're starting to see now that wrestlers really are not hitting their primes, but their prime, their peak is definitely going into their 40s. They hit their prime kind of in their... I reckon they hit their prime really around their early 30s. I reckon when you're in your 20s, you're still learning. You're still so much to learn, and you're still gaining experience. So, someone like Theory, he's like 24, I think. I think he's about that age, and he's like the youngest United States champion. I kind of feel like even these next 5 years for Theory is going to be him really getting settled on the roster, really like cutting promos. I mean, think about how many matches Theory has had on the main roster. It's not tons. Think about how many promos he's done so far. It's not tons. So I kind of think that he's still gaining that experience, being put in backstage segments, being put in feuds. I mean, I don't think he's been involved in any vignettes other than whatever he did in NXT with like The Way. I don't think he's been in any vignettes on the main roster, so he's still got those experiences to come. I don't know that he's even been on an international tour yet, to be honest. So he might even have those experiences to come. So yeah, he's still learning and, kind of experiencing a lot of things for the first time. But he's going to be an absolute monster, man. He is so comfortable on the mic. I love his interaction with the crowd. I love it when he's talking and the crowd are booing him. And he will... there is no throwing Theory off because he will stop and look around, and then he will actually engage the audience. I mean, it's clearly not written in the script. He's clearly going off script as he's kind of reacting to the audience. But the fact that he's that comfortable, and the fact that he's able to really command how the promo goes and control the promo and ensure that it doesn't get derailed. Because, I mean, listen, you go out there trying to remember a million things, because not only have you got a promo, there's probably a good chance someone's coming out. There might even be a match that you've got to have afterwards, and there might be certain spots that you've got to remember. Like, you've got to think these wrestlers make it look really easy, but there's so much to remember. You've got to remember your promo, you've got to remember your cues, you've got to remember, like, certain spots within the match. So you've got all that going on in your head. And then as you're doing your promo, I would imagine you just want to do your promo, get that done. I mean, if it was me, I would want to get my promo nailed. I'd want to do it perfect, and I'd be focused on that. Then I'd be like, right, okay, what's next? I've got to move over here. And then, like, you know, you're thinking, I've got to move over here because such and such is coming out, right? And then I'm going to get attacked from behind. So, like, the fact that you can put that on hold because the crowd are now berating you, and the crowd are now, like, you know, chanting, you suck or whatever. The fact that he's got the ability to go, right, let's engage with these now, and kind of park everything he's thinking about, and then, like, you know, just command his segment, be in control of his segment at the age of, like, 24, with the limited experience that he's got. Because really his experience is indie experience, it's NXT experience. There's not tons of main roster experience there. It's not like he's been on SmackDown for, like, you know, 5 years or anything. I mean, the fact he's doing that at this age, it's one of those, if you've got it type things, you know. Nerves as well, no sign of nerves. No sign of nerves, no sign of stress. I mean, we've had this as a conversation because it seems like Ronda suffers from that quite bad. And that's Ronda, who's competed in, like, the UFC and been at, like, main evented stadium shows, and she goes out there and seems to be quite nervous. I mean, look, nerves are nerves, aren't they? I mean, they're very difficult to control. But again, it comes back to, you've either got it or you haven't got it, and he just keeps cool, calm, collected, very comfortable. But more than that, he constantly stays in control. So, yeah, mad respect to him. I've been watching a few of his promos back, actually, because I always have to have the sound turned down because of copyright. So I pick up on stuff, the key bits that we talk about, but there's things that do pass me by. So I went back and watched just a couple the other day, and because I was going back through some recent episodes of, like, Raw and SmackDown, and yeah, I ended up watching some stuff, and I was like, man, so good. He is so good. There was a great question. I think it was from Wrestle with Andy, who asked the other day. He was like, put these in order. And I think it was Bron Breakker. Montez Ford, Theory, and there was another one. It was like 4 red hot prospects. Put them in order as to, you know, who's got the most promise. It was really difficult. It was really difficult. I went Theory top. But, and I still stand by that. But it was really difficult to rank them. Because Montez Ford is someone else that's got all the potential in the world. I just don't know if he's a little on the smaller side. But I said this the other day. I'm still thinking Vince. You know, I look at smaller guys and I'm like, oh man, if Montez was just that little bigger. Do you know what I mean? If Montez was, like, you know, 3 inches taller, just a little bit more. I mean, he's jacked. But if he just had a bit more girth to him, like main event star, no doubt, absolutely no doubt. But he's just that. In Vince's world, that might have been a problem. In Triple H's, it probably won't. So, kind of got to start thinking a different way as well. Delwyn, shout out to you, my friend. Really appreciate the support. Hang on, here we go. There we go. Yeah, it's deserved. It's deserved. Does this work? Hang on. No. Well, that sucks. I loaded up a couple of other sounds and now they're not there. So that sucks. I'm not blaming you, Delwyn. It's not your fault, mate. Evening Days, are you going to live stream, watch along, Clash at the Castle, biggest pay-per-view in the UK? Have you seen the new Clash at the Castle merchandise? It's only available in the Hang on. Is available UK only. Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen it, but we can have a little look at it. Am I streaming it? I think there's a really good chance. I've got a slight problem, and my slight problem is that they've decided to do a show in the UK. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. But they've done it the exact same week that UFC is in Europe. And, like, I think they're in France. And fun fact, I think France is, like, an hour ahead of the UK. So time-wise of both shows starting, pretty much about in line. Like, there's about an hour difference. So, really, it's another, what do I do? Do I do WWE or do I do UFC? The only saving grace, the only thing that is that I can say thank you for to the gods is that UFC is not a pay-per-view. It's still a decent-sized card, but it is not a pay-per-view. So I think we're looking pretty good for Clash. Can't say 100%, but yeah, I mean, look, it's in the UK, it's in Cardiff, it's a show that I really do want to be watching live. I mean, I would imagine there's going to be lots of UK references, lots of shots of the UK. You know, obviously there's going to be tons of people in the crowd that we're going to know. So yeah, I think there stands a good chance of us doing it, to be honest. I'm probably at about 90% certain we will be doing it. But it does mean not doing UFC, which I really... That does bother me. That does bother me. I will say it does bother me. And I know there's going to be lots of people that are like, oh, forget it. Forget UFC. But the problem is, like, we do that every week. And unfortunately, wrestling isn't on every Saturday. If it was... brilliant. That would make my life so much easier, because I could just do the wrestling every Saturday. I would just do the wrestling, but the problem is it's not on every Saturday, so that means that sometimes I am watching UFC. So I don't like turning my back on that community. You know, I like that community. I love that community, just like I love this community. I love all the communities. What I want to do, though, is look at this merch. You're telling me there's some UK-only merch. Let's have a look and see what we've got then, shall we? Where's Euroshop? Why are they not hitting me up? They normally hit me up if we've got some special stuff. Right, I'm on Euroshop. Bloodline, Drew McIntyre, UK Championship, can't see anything for Clash. So, I don't know if you've been given a heads up there, bud, but I can't see anything for Clash. Title belts, apparel. Is there not like a... There used to be... They've changed all this. There used to be like a news section where you could just look at the news stuff. It doesn't look like you can do that anymore. Oh, found it. It was buried away, but I found it in the end. Thank you, Taker. What's that for? Why have we got a thank you taker shirt? What's happening? Thank you taker? It's a bit random, isn't it? Why are we saying thank you to Undertaker again? Don't know. We've got a Rey Mysterio belt. We've got a cool NWO Outsider shirt. Rey mask. Logan Paul shirt. New Liv Morgan shirt. No. There's no Clash stuff. So maybe it's about to drop. Maybe it's about to come out like on the way, but nothing on Euroshop. And I don't think they'd put it on WWE. Why would they put UK only stuff on WWE shop? That doesn't make much sense. Just to show people in America what they can't have. Here you go, guys. Look at all this amazing Clash at the Castle stuff that's UK only. Oh my god, there's a toaster. Did you know there was a toaster? There's a flipping toaster. Hang on, let's see if we can... Oh, do you know what? I don't have a window capture. That's a problem. We need to fix that. And we're fixing it right now. Right now, I tell you. Let's see if we can make this a bit smaller. Here we go. There we go. There is a coffee maker. They got a coffee maker. Only $29.99, guys. I'm so good to WWE. Look at me. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. Look at that SummerSlam 92 poster. Oh my god. Imagine if Bulldog was still with us and it was signed. Oh my god. Oh, that might be a dream item. And it's, imagine if that was signed. Oh, why did he have to die? Brett versus Bulldog. That is, oh my god. You can even see the slight Union flag in the background. Old school Intercontinental. That might... £40 though, or $40. That's a lot for a poster, isn't it? That is a lot for a poster. It's a damn cool poster though. That is damn cool. That is really cool. What we got? We got Rock Sleep Squad Fleece. Okay. We got a Cody Rhodes flag. There it is. Look at that. Retro logo toaster. I mean, it looks like the worst toaster in the world. It looks like a kid's toaster. It looks like it would not even do toast. It looks like the kind of toaster that when you actually pull it down, it doesn't actually cook anything. It just pops up like fake plastic bread. That's what it looks like. It just looks like it's not even capable of cooking toast. $26 for a retro logo toaster. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want it. But I can't imagine it's going to be great. If there's a toaster in the world that's going to be botching toast, it's going to be that, in it. It's going to have burnt toast and everything. Oh, that's nice. Look at that SummerSlam 2022 event poster. $20? Double the price for the SummerSlam 92. How does that make any sense? How can they do that poster for $20, but the cool retro old school one double the price? Unbelievable. We've got some plaques. These would be cool if they were signed. If these were actually signed, these would be amazing. Obviously, you wouldn't get them for $29.99, but listen, they're great pictures, great looking items, but it's just a shame they're not signed. Look at that. Imagine that Brock one signed. Well, imagine it. That Cody one as well. Usos. Oh, Asuka. That's great. That's nice. Does anyone want the Carmella one? Maybe Corey Graves, but Randy. Clash at the Castle. $29.90. This is a joke. I don't understand. So the SummerSlam 2022 one is $20. The Clash at the Castle is $30. But the SummerSlam 1992 one is $40. Oh my god. Rey Mysterio. Imagine that signed. Oh my god. What's that? That is 25 years of Triple H collector's cards. No, thank you. No, thanks. That doesn't really do it for me. Maurice. Okay. Yeah, I still can't find this exclusive Clash at the Castle stuff, but at least we've had a little. At least we found a toaster. Every cloud. Postage and packaging must be around £20, said Dave. Yeah, I don't know. That was nice though. I'm into that. I tell you what, if there's going to be a range of like old school SummerSlam 92 stuff, that'll be cool. I'll be down for that. I'd love to see some of that kind of old school retro stuff. Why? I don't know why they don't do that, actually. There's I think it's not the right side of legal, but there is a site that I was told about by my friend Triple T. It's called Stash Pages. It's on Instagram, and basically what they do, I don't know if it's a them, a he, a she, I have no idea, but what they do is they get old items from the past, and they get them made in China, and they get them made, exactly as they were. So if you want an old WWF cap that's got WWF on it, like old school proper, like they are making those kinds of things. Obviously, they're not official, but they're still seemingly made. I mean, you do pay quite a bit for them, and they're clearly not going to be legal. But, they're out there if you want to know, I'm just saying. But, if they were to come out with some of that old school, I understand the official stuff can't use the WWF logo, but even if it's the WWE kind of version, so be it. But, yeah, some of that kind of old school retro 92 SummerSlam stuff, where's the foam fingers from those days and the old caps and old retro t-shirts that were out around that time, the old bulldog shirts and everything. They should have all that available now. That would have been cool. See, it's all gone to pot now. Vince has gone. It's all gone to pot. Brenton said, AEW did 972. Surprised. I think they will get 1 million next week. Does Omega get AEW to 1 million? Maybe. The only thing is, like, they've got a partner, but we don't know who it is. And, I mean, I suppose in a way it's... I don't even know if it's been teased that it's Omega, thinking about it. I can't say that it has been teased. We know that it's not Hangman because he turned them down. So I suppose in that way it's been teased that it's going to be Kenny. Like, who's it going to be? I don't know, to be honest. I feel like it could just stay the same. But equally, it's not that far off, is it? It's only like 20-odd thousand people that have to tune in for it to be... and once Kenny comes out, I would imagine word will get around and then people will tune in to see that moment. So, depends how far away they are for the rest of the show. If it starts at, say, 9:20 and then starts dipping down into the 800s, and then Kenny comes out and it goes up to, like, say, 9:50... then the average is going to be about, 9:40? So, I suppose in a way it depends where it all starts. It is another special show this week. It's House of Dragons themed. So, I don't know if that'll make any difference. I feel like they've completely overdone those theme shows. Completely overdone. I feel like every week's a theme show now. And in fact, wasn't last week the Quake at the Lake or whatever? We had Quake at the Lake, and now we've got House of Dragons, and it wasn't that long ago we had Fyter Fest. So, yeah, I don't know. It could do, but I'm not expecting it to be like 1.1, 1.2. Could it just click to that million? I'd say yeah, because it's not that far off, is it? But I think it's probably got as good a chance of just still being in the 900,000 range. Liverpool were shocking today, says Edwards. Hasib said, days in pro wrestling, who are your top 5 male and female superstars? I don't know if I could give you a top 5, to be honest, because you'd have to sit down and really go through all the rosters, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW. You'd have to be thinking about, like, NWA, New Japan, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I can give you a top 5, but the ones that kind of come to mind, first of all, I think Gunther, certainly after his match against Shinsuke, I think is maybe my number 1. Roman, I just think is doing the best work of his career. Obviously, he's on this historic title run. I even put a tweet out saying who wins, and I had a picture of Hogan and a picture of Roman, because it really feels like Roman is that level to me now. I know it's not Hulkamania, and I know it's not Running Wild, but he is so dominant. This run is so historic. And what's amazing as well is that we are getting great matches out of this run. It's not just a run of, the Usos helping him win. We are getting, he has a match not that long ago with Riddle. That's brilliant. It's a brilliant match. And then, just the imagery of that match with Brock, and the way the ring was flipped and everything. That's iconic. That is iconic. That is something that will be spoken about, and those images will be looked at long into the future. I feel like that is like a real significant moment in his title reign. But as we said, if you go down a laundry list of people he's faced and beaten, the likes of Big E and the people like Edge, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, it'd be amazing, actually. That'd be a good tweet. Someone to sit down. Here's a list of names that Roman has beaten during his title reign. Just do a list, because that list is going to be insane. It is going to be a who's who. I mean, he's faced the likes of Kevin Owens. I think he faced Rey Mysterio. I mean, it's just the who's who. So I think, Roman would have to be on that list. Bryan Danielson, I think, is doing some amazing stuff. So obviously loving him at the moment. So I feel like that's a very easy top 3. Very, very easy top 3. Gunther, Roman, Bryan Danielson. In regards to the women, I would say Asuka, no-brainer. I think legit she's the best female WWE have ever had. So I would go with her. We're actually doing NXT tomorrow. And we're doing it because it's like a special. It's heatwave. And they've got multiple title matches. Card actually looks really good. And I think that there's a real chance that it delivers tomorrow. I think there's a real chance. Because I like the card. I like the cards. I like the look of the title matches. I think there's a chance that that could be a real statement show for NXT 2.0. We are back. Like, you know, Vince is gone. This is like how we're going to be going forwards. You know, this is where we are. I've got to think Triple H has been talking with Shawn and, you know, telling him the kind of things to, you know, look to do, what the expectations are. Because I think Shawn has been booking under Vince's expectations. Well, they're gone now. So this could be a statement show tomorrow. So we are going to do it. The reason I mention it is because all I keep hearing about is that Roxanne Perez. Right, I think that's her name. I haven't seen her wrestle yet because I haven't been watching NXT since she joined. She hasn't been in that long. So a couple of months maybe. So I am interested in seeing her. She is someone that could potentially be on that list. I think you've got to go Bianca Belair as well. I think Bianca Belair is just having such an amazing year. You know, main event in WrestleMania again. And taking on all comers. Getting loads of, like, segments. She feels like she's one of their biggest stars as well now. Like, she feels massive to me. Like, Bianca Belair is just right up there. Like, I see her on the same level as Becky, Sasha, Charlotte. Bianca Belair's just... If you think this was a girl that was in NXT not that long ago and was, you know, kind of making her way to the main roster, I think she, like... Doesn't she, like, debut the night after WrestleMania 36? I think she debuts the night after 36, so I think she's been on the main roster, like, 2 years now. And in that time, she's main evented WrestleMania against Sasha. She has been in big, high-profile title matches, singles matches at WrestleMania 2 years in a row. So she faces... her record is going to be amazing, I think. I mean, she faces Sasha in the main event at 37, and then she has one of the best female matches I've ever seen at 38 this year. I mean, her against Becky was just incredible. Incredible match. So, you know, that's not bad for your first 2 WrestleManias. I put a tweet out earlier about Randy Savage's WrestleMania run because I've never actually sat down and thought about it. But it's such an impressive run. Like, at WrestleMania 2, he takes on George the Animal Steel, right? Legend. I mean, he is a legend, George the Animal Steel. And that's an Intercontinental title match. At WrestleMania 3, he has one of the greatest matches ever against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Again, Intercontinental title match. WrestleMania 4, he wins the WWF Championship in the main event, right? Amazing. WrestleMania 5, main event, WWE Championship match against Hulk Hogan. So his first 4 WrestleManias are all championship matches, right? And then at WrestleMania 6, it is a mixed tag match, but it's against Dusty Rhodes. So he's taking on Dusty Rhodes. His partner is Sensational Sherry, and they're taking on Dusty Rhodes and Sapphire. Now, I understand that it probably would have been better if it was just one-on-one. Dusty Rhodes against Macho Man. But the story made sense for the time to do a mixed tag match. And, you know, I don't think it devalues it much that it was a mixed tag match. But it would have been better if it was one-on-one. But either way, WrestleMania 6, his male opponent, is Dusty Rhodes. WrestleMania 7, he has a retirement match against the Ultimate Warrior. Loser has to leave WWE. I mean, that's pretty flipping epic. And then at WrestleMania 8, he is taking on Ric Flair. He takes on Ric Flair for the WWF Championship. So, I mean, that run is just absolutely insane. But I've never actually sat down and thought about it. I don't know why it came to me today, but it just came to me today. I think I was watching Hogan Macho Man from 1989 because on the network, they've got a Best of the UK playlist. And that playlist is like the best matches that took place here in the UK. So obviously they've got Bret against Bulldog. and they've got loads of like great matches. But they've got the very first main event from the very first live event that happened in the UK. And it happened in 1989. It was shown on TV on Sky. And it never came out on DVD or video. It's never been released. Some of the matches have, but the whole thing in its entirety has never been released. And it's not on the network. And it's 1989. It was recorded. It was filmed. And I've been watching the main event, and it was Macho Man against Hulk Hogan. Miss Elizabeth was in Hogan's corner. Sensational Sherry was in Macho Man's corner. And, yeah, it's great. It's great. I loved it. It's well worth watching. It's got a proper house show feel to it, but, yeah, it's great. So I think I was watching that, and that got me thinking about Macho Man, and that led me on to his WrestleMania run. So, but my point is, look at Bianca. Bianca's first match at WrestleMania is against Sasha in the main event. Her second match is a flipping classic against Becky Lynch. Like, she could have an incredible run. Granted, she might be in the women's battle royal in a few years' time, but at the moment, that's a good start. So, I feel like Bianca needs to be on that list. She's having a hell of a time at the moment. Wrestler with Andy said, acknowledge Macho Man's 10 match with Crush. It's the greatest match in the history. Unfortunately, I ran out of room for that one. But I wasn't too disappointed that I couldn't include it. It sort of spoils the run a little bit. But I always remember that match for like them going backstage. He wanted that match, Macho Man, because he was great friends with Crush. So that's why they do it. I don't think it's a match that Vince... I don't know if it's a match that Vince would have put him in otherwise. But he has a match with Crush. And I think doesn't Crush... I can't remember if Crush... I think... Does Macho Man tie Crush up backstage? Or is it the other way around? Someone is tied up backstage in this weird pulley thing, which I've no idea what it's there for. But there's some weird pulley system backstage. One of them is tied up. But it looks awful. Like, the way they're tied up, they're not tied up properly, and they just sort of, like... I think what they tried to do is they tried to tie them up and then hoist them up, right? And actually have them, like, dangling, tied upside down. But it doesn't work, because they tried to hoist them up. This thing can't hold the weight. And they just sort of, like, slump down. And the rope that they've used to tie them is all really loose. And you can see their legs are free. It's all... That's that. Whenever I think of 10, I think of that moment. And it's all a bit loose. It's all a bit loose. Literally, it's all a bit loose. So, yeah, 10 definitely ruins the run. So, I was not upset that I ran out of character space, let's put it that way. Days, who is your favourite football team? My friends have got me into it, and I'm a man fan. For I have no knowledge. I am a Man United fan. I support them for a couple of reasons, but I would say the main one is because I used to get chucked in goal when I was at school, and I had no idea what the flip I was doing. So if you don't know what you're doing, you watch to find out, obviously, and the best goalkeeper in the 90s, no shadow of a doubt, was Peter Schmeichel, and he played for Man United. So I used to get chucked in goal all the time, but I enjoyed it, actually. I really enjoyed it. So I used to go in goal all the time, and I used to watch Peter Schmeichel and watch where he stood, you know, how he closed the ball down, kind of the positions he was getting into, all that kind of stuff. I had his gloves, not his actual gloves, but the gloves that he, you know, wears, went to the shop, bought the same ones, had his, like, goalkeeping jersey and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I support United. I have done since the early 90s. So we're enemies now, I'm afraid. If you support Man City, then it could come to blows. Little Flicks YT said, I made you in WWE 2K22 on PS5. Can I get a shout out? Keep up the great work. You can have a shout out. I struggled a little bit. The Flickses caught me out, but we got there. Little Flickses. I appreciate that. Is it on the community creations part? Can people download your creation? And more importantly, did you make me as handsome as I am in real life? I would imagine you did. and I'm going to say thank you. But if ever I see it and it's below my standard, I'll come after you. I will hunt you down, yeah? But no, I appreciate it, dude. Wrestling Craze says, Days, confirm return. Boogeyman with Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle to be launched out of a cannon. Do you know what? Talking of cannons, Shotzi put a picture up of her tank that we haven't seen. That had a little, like, t-shirt cannon. Perhaps he can climb into that. Perhaps he can climb in that. Perhaps Shotzi could start shooting Hornswoggle out of her cannon. It's a sentence I wasn't expecting to say tonight, but here we are. So, yeah. There's been a few teases, actually. I don't know if you saw the picture of Liv Morgan with dark hair. I'll see if I can find it. She hasn't, I don't believe she's dyed her hair, but she is teasing that she's going to dye her hair. And it's kind of interesting because it's black, dark, and I did put a little message out saying, do you think this is dark hair for a dark turn? That was my musing. So let me show you. There we go. I've still not got this quite right, have I? Let me see if we can make this better. There we go. I mean, honestly, I don't care. Right? I don't care. That doesn't do it. I don't care. I don't care if she's blonde. I don't care if she's got dark hair. I don't care if that's purple. Yeah, I don't care if it's on fire, right? I don't care. But I thought it was interesting because, I don't know, I kind of feel like if you're going to go dark like that, I mean, we all know that you have to get these things signed off with WWE. You can't just change your hair color because that is such an important thing to do. You know, like Mattel are making figures. You know, you've got your image all over posters. So if you're going to get a new tattoo, or you're just going to do something as simple as dye your hair, like you have to run it past WWE. So I thought that was quite interesting. But she might just be teasing. You know what she's like. You know what these superstars are like. They like to tease us. Little teases. Hollywood Guy, shout out to you, bud, said, which Hogan gimmick did you like best? Red or yellow or NWO? 1,000,000% red and yellow. 1,000,000%. Never been more certain of anything in my life. I felt that, I mean, I wasn't a WCW guy, so I wasn't watching much of NWO Hogan. But more than that, I just feel like he is... I know he's a heel, right? And he's meant to come across as a heel. But I just think that at that time, he is too powerful. He's got too much say. There's too many bad moments. I think with Hulkamania, Vince keeps him largely in control. Do you know what I mean? And like his presentation and everything is just... It's done really well. Towards the end, we're definitely struggling. Vince is trying to get every last drop of Hulkamania goodness out of Hogan. Even when the fans are starting to turn on him, he's still doing the posing and all that. And, you know, maybe we went a bit too long. But with Hollywood Hogan, there were some incredible moments. But I do think about the finger poke of doom. Do you know what I mean? And I do think about those kind of moments that were... I don't know. I think they just sour me a little bit on Hollywood Hogan. You could maybe say at its best, Hollywood Hogan was cooler at its best. But I don't think it's at its best all that much. Or as much. So for me, Hulkamania, definitely. Right, here is Bailey. We are underway. Big shout out to everyone that's... oh, it's not Bailey. I thought it was Bailey's music. It's Judgement Day. Guys, it's not fun to confuse Bailey with Judgement Day. Wasn't Bailey's music like... at the start as well? I'm sure it was. It might still be. Oh, there's too many choirs in wrestling. That's the problem with wrestling. Way too many choirs. It's kind of like the same. Okay, well, I'm not gonna be too hard on myself then. Yeah. Although, I do deserve to be laughed at. There's no two ways about it. Hang on. Have I got laughter? I should have laughter. Days thought that was Bailey. What's he like? Oh my god. How embarrassing. I am literally embarrassed for him. Is Rhea Ripley the leader of Judgment Day? There's no leader of Judgment Day. They've said that. There is no leader. That is why they got rid of Edge. Because Edge told them not to listen to anyone, but then he acted like the leader, and he expected to be listened to. But he told them not to listen to anyone. So that's why he had to go. He was contradicting himself. So he had to go. So there's no leader. Unofficially, I think it's Finn. Unofficially, I think Finn's the leader, but technically there's no leader. Someone said Sean Ross Sapp has tweeted... What is Sean Ross Sapp saying? Right, we've got a promo. I love their shadows. I love how their shadows are white. That's cool, innit? That's cool. Imagine having a white shadow. That's cool. The Judgment Day. Alright, so I think it's going to be a list of what to expect tonight. I never bother reading that. I'd rather not know. Just watch it. Right. I proved that I really am his Poppy. I proved I am his Poppy. Finn says everyone loves the Mysterios. Do you get it? Does anyone get it? Does anyone get why we love the Mysterios? He's got some sad news. Bad news, Balor. Bad news, Balor! I'm afraid I've got some sad news. Bad news, Balor. Ray was destroyed. So he said that he has solidified his already legendary status in this business. Yeah. What won't I do to Edge next week? Do you want to see the Rated R Superstar right now? Crowd cheer. He's not here. Yeah. Do you want to see the Rated R Superstar right now? Well, he's not here. He's not here. I heard what you said. I don't sweat you. This is where I put the final nail in your career. No Finn Balor, no Rhea Ripley. It'll be the place where Damian Priest sent you back to retirement. So Toronto will not be known as your hometown. It's the place where Damian Priest sent you back into retirement. Bye-bye, Edge. Bye-bye. Who's talking? Damian Priest. Balor and Ripley are barred from ringside, says Richards. Days, WWE has sold 100,000 tickets for Mania 39. Have they? I haven't heard that. Have they? Damn. That's a lot, innit? That's a lot of tickets. Rey Mysterio from behind. Rey attacks. Rey Mysterio. Yeah, Rey is there after all. So Rey attacks. I wonder what that's built into. Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley stepping up to Rey. She's saying, go on, hit me. Go on. You know you want to hit me. Hit her. Hit her. Do it, Rey. Do it. Drop kick bite. That was cool. Damn, we're unleashing a real cool Rey Mysterio here. He looks great. Drop kick onto a chair. And again, another strike to Damian Priest. Rey Mysterio. This is how you should use Rey. Look at that. No doofus son around. Rhea Ripley's a problem. She is a problem. They need to solve this problem. Rey needs to go and get a woman. I wonder if it'll be his daughter. I did see her the other week. I don't think she's going to be much of a challenge for Rhea Ripley, though, but... yeah, he looks good, though, Rey. I think there's We Want Edge chance. Rey needs to penta up. Rey is down. Only showing equality in the situation if he was to hit her. I've sent you the tweet. Thank you, James. Balor up top. He's going to go for coup de grace. Helpless Rey is... Balor onto a chair. Coup de grace, a chair onto Rey Mysterio. Well, this attack by Rey has just not been thought through, has it? It's not been thought through. Yeah, I mean, you can't go. That's 1 against 3. It not only is it 1 against 3, but he's not even allowing himself to hit one of them. Because she's got ovaries. Oh my God, I can't believe it. What a silly guy. What a silly guy. All of that was your plan. You've had all week, Rey. You've had all week, and that was your plan. What are you going to do on Monday, Rey? I'm going to attack him. Oh, God, really? Who you going with? I'm going to go on my own. Are you sure that's a good idea? Listen, they disrespected my family. Yeah, no, but are you sure it's a good idea, Rey? There's 3 of them, and one of them's got boobs. I'm going to bring honor back to the Mysterio name. Yeah, but you're not, are you, Rey? Because it's 3-on-1. You are hearing me, aren't you? 3-on-1. Good plan, Rey. Good plan. Well done, mate. Went well. A chair de grace. A chair de grace. Sounds like... it sounds a little bit like a dessert, doesn't it? Well, not a chair de grace. I don't know what that is. That sounds like something from IKEA. I feel like you could go to IKEA. When you're walking around, they've got weird names like Barry and stuff like that. I reckon they could have a chair de grace. That feels to me like some kind of art. I think I would go to a museum and I would see the chair de grace. Over here we have Le Chair de Grace. Oh, it's so powerful. It's such a powerful art piece. Oh my God. Can't believe it. I like that though. It's a good name. In my notes, I've got Rey Mysterio attacks, and then I've got Rey destroyed. So I think that sums that up. It's been an okay open, says Wrestling Leo. Days knows art. Yeah. If there's only one thing you take away from this week's Raw, I just pray to God it's that you finally acknowledge that I know art. Do you expect any returns tonight? I can't say I'm expecting any, because we've been getting a lot of returns. I don't want to, not spoilt. That's not the word I'm looking for, but we've had a lot of returns. I suppose in a way spoiled. It's weird because they've been saying, oh, Dexter Lumis is coming, but they've not said tonight on Raw. And then he's appeared that same day. So it kind of like spoilt them, but didn't spoil them. But there's been nothing today. So I can't say I am expecting anything. But who knows? Who knows what to expect under this Triple H regime? 50/50 said, on Monday, the 14th of August, the Battle of Britpop happened. Blur Oasis released a single, Blur with Country House Oasis with Roll With It. I remember it well. Primo said, according to WrestleTix, tweeting 10 minutes ago, WrestleMania has sold 48,000 night 1, 49,000 night 2. WrestleMania 38 had sold 65,000. It's very good. I mean, we're in California. I mean, that is a very dense population. I mean, it's amazing numbers. I was not expecting it to be that good. But I think I expected it to do fairly well. They're in a hotbed. And actually somewhere they haven't been for quite a long time as well. I think might have been Snoop Dogg I'm getting this fact from. But I think Snoop Dogg said they hadn't been there since WrestleMania 31. So it hadn't been there in like 7 years or so. So, well, they've obviously done house shows and Raws and SmackDowns, but like WrestleManias. Maybe they've done B shows, do you know what I mean? Like Backlashes or something, I don't know. But no WrestleMania in California for quite a while, so yeah, they seem to be hungry for it. It's gonna be Ray, Eddie, Beth, Judgement Day. It's going to be Ray, Edge, and Beth at Clash at the Castle. That'd be good. I'll be down for that. Beth makes a lot of sense. She was actually meant to come back with Edge, so it does make a lot of sense. Right, we're back with the show after a commercial break, and we're going to be going over to our first match of the evening. This is going to be the women's tag match, and it is going to be Asuka and Alexa Bliss in action. So here comes Asuka. Asuka and Alexa Bliss taking on Nikki, A.S.H, and Doudrop. Team Scotland. First round Women's Tag Team Championship match. I am the future. Seeing the Raw Women's Championships, Tag Championships. Here comes Alexa. With Lily. Okay, so Alexa making her way down. 5-time former women's champion. 2018 Money in the Bank winner. Let's go. Doudrop. Easy peasy, says Blaze. Blaze, hope you're well. Some signs in the crowd says, I'm the tribal queen. I thought that was Austin 316. Here's Bianca. Didn't expect her. She looks great. In high heels. Look at Asuka dancing to Bianca's theme. Asuka in the ring. Dancing away. Clash at the Castle. It's going to be Asuka, Alexa, Bianca taking on Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. Ba-ba-dum-bum. Ba-ba-dum-bum. Ba-ba. Asuka's loving it. No, she's not dancing to this one. Asuka stops as soon as Nikki A.S.H's theme hits. Asuka is the best. Chris said, why is Raw 4 hours long but SmackDown is only 3? Raw is 3, SmackDown is 2. But if they could get SmackDown to 3, I think they would take it. Doudrop! Doudrop! Here we go. Doudrop, Nikki making their way down. WrestleMania 31 was in Texas, not in California. What, Texas? Texas? Was it in Texas? Was it in Texas? I don't remember it being in Texas. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. It was... California. WrestleMania 31, Levi Stadium, California. Snoop Dogg was right! Hang on. I've got to get these sound effects sorted, haven't I? They're all in different places. Guys, Snoop Dogg was right! Boobs. Days, have you heard the new music for this program contains flashing images screen? Can't say I have. It's my dream to hear it, though. It's my life ambition to hear that music, so I'll have to see if I can search it out after the stream ends. It's good to have a dream. Did you guys see Snoop Dogg got a gold championship belt? I saw. It was at the launch party, wasn't it? Good launch party. I said before, I wish I'd known that it was going to be that epic. I would have flipping streamed it. No idea. It was going to be 2 hours long with 3 matches. Asuka and Alexa. Double hip attacks as Doudrop and Nikki spill to the outside. Bianca is not on commentary, actually. She's on the outside of the ring. I'm sure, surely this means that we're going to be seeing Bayley and Io and Dakota. Got to think they're going to come out at the end of this. Certainly, as didn't Io and Dakota already qualify? So the winner of this faces them in the next round, I believe. So at this point, Alexa is just holding that selling dolls and doing nothing else. This does nothing for her character. I agree. Jim said, someone should tell Graves that the women's tag tournament is not the G1. Is he getting excited? Coach Co said cats can't taste anything that's sweet, and that's probably why they can't get enough of their favourite salty snack. What's their favourite salty snack? What's their favourite salty snack? What do cats eat? What are they eating? Like salty popcorn or something? What are they? Fish. Fish isn't salty unless you put salt on it. In fairness, anything's salty if you put salt on it. What's their favourite salty snack? What's a cat's favourite salt? I'll ask Google. I'll Google it. Don't worry. Here we go. What's a cat's favourite salty snack? 9 snacks you can spoil your cat with. Doesn't really answer my question, but... Canned fish, green beans, cheese, bananas, eggs, broccoli, melons, lean meat, spinach. None of that's salty, is it? What's their favourite salty snack? I can't believe even Google has not answered my question. It's just come back with cat snacks. Snotty snacks. I love melons. Where's Coach Carl? I want to know the answer to this. Cats like muffins. On Being the Elite, the Young Bucks tease Kenny Omega return for a trios with the Bucks. Catnip. Is that salty? Is catnip salty? Oh my god, I'm going to have to go to Google again. It didn't answer my last question. Is catnip salty? Catnip appears sensitive to salinity, stress, since saline condition. Oh my god, what is all this? 5 things to know about catnip? Oh my god! Right, I need countdown music. Dun, 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 dun. 5 things that you need to know about catnip. In at number 1, catnip is an actual plant. What? At number 2, it's easy to grow. What? At number 3, most cats love it. Whoa, mind blown. At number 4, use it with care. Yeah, use it with care, guys. Don't go crazy with the catnip, yeah? And then number 5, what? People like catnip too. I'm not lying. That's what it says, number 5. People like catnip too. There's people out there eating catnip. I don't have a sound effect for that. I've got no reaction to that whatsoever. I know. People like catnip too. Catnip can also be used for tea. Well, not in the UK, I can tell you that much. The presence of a chemical called nepetalum affects humans, making catnip popular for headaches as well as insomnia. Is there anyone out there eating catnip? Any of you out there eating catnip? Are you smacked off your faces on catnip? To make catnip tea, add 1 teaspoon of dried catnip leaves or 3 to 4 teaspoons of fresh catnip leaves to a mug of boiling water and let it steep. I can't even. This is a weird world that we live in. That's actually, I've got nothing humorous to say about that. I'm just deeply upset. That has actually upset me. You're being trolled. Maybe. I don't know. The internet would never lie. That was on the internet. Right, we're back from commercial break after that catnip bombshell. Where was you when we found out that humans enjoy catnip? Right, we've got Asuka in there with Nikki A.S.H. And Asuka down. Catnip a day keeps the doctor away, says Nicholas. Can't believe it. Apparently it's good for insomnia. I get that sometimes. Oh my god, maybe I can't fix this. Oh, maybe it's fixed itself. There we go. Little bit of lag there, wobbling away. Backstage, we've got Dana and Tamina watching on. Yeah, why are they watching? They lost. Doudrop with a big crossbody. Big crossbody by Doudrop. Doudrop's on the outside. Nikki A.S.H. stepping into the ring. Here's Doudrop. Doudrop coming over, grabbing Asuka. Picking Asuka up and Asuka. Quick strikes. Doudrop goes down. Hip attack to Nikki A.S.H. Doudrop picking up Asuka. Planting Asuka down with the Michinoku driver. Kick out by Asuka, but that looked close. That looked close. I tell you what, this is one of those matches. I mean, in all fairness, it's got some riding on it, but it's one of those where I just feel like I know the result, so it doesn't feel as tense, maybe, but they are putting on a great match. They are going for it. Doudrop up top, splash, Asuka moves out the way. Asuka in the corner. Asuka in the corner, she moves out the way. High kick there by Asuka. Asuka going against the ropes. She goes for a kick, but she kind of misses Doudrop. Nice DDT by Alexa. Tags Asuka back in. Asuka comes over. Double knees by Asuka. Doudrop goes down. Asuka rolling her over. Oh, look at that for a transition. Oh, my God. Look at that armbar. Look at that armbar by Asuka. I thought she was going for a pin attempt. Look at that. Oh, she taps her out. Damn. That was so good. That was so damn good. So, Asuka armbar gets the win. Love that little step through. I mean, that is skills, man. That is skills. That is skills. Don't you ever come to me and tell me that there is someone better in that ring than Asuka, because I ain't seen anyone else doing that. Lovely little step through, rolls over. I thought she was going for like a little roll-up pin, but lovely little step through, rolled through, cranks back on the arm. Oh my God. Should be illegal to be that good. Should be illegal. Right, Asuka and Alexa win. Standing right behind them is Bayley, who's wearing another variation of that costume. That's like, she has found a look that she likes, and she is running with it. Those pockets, I mean, you can keep a lot of stuff in those pockets. I should imagine, from a practical point of view, that is very useful. We've got Dakota getting in the face of Asuka. Bayley getting in the face of Bianca. What does she keep in those pockets? That's the catnip. Catnip. That's what she's keeping in there. She's keeping some good, some great grade nip. Theory. We got Theory backstage. Bayley's catnip pockets. Right, we got Theory. Youngest Money in the Bank winner ever. Youngest United States champion ever. I'm wiser and tougher because of what happened at SummerSlam. Here's Dolph. There's a difference between us. This contract. It wasn't handed to me. I earned it. That's why it mattered when I cashed it. His cash-in is one of the best, man. You was also a world champion. But you won't be around when I cash this in? You're an over the hill, no title having has been. Over the hill, no title having has been. Oh, headbutt by Dolph. Dolph attacking Theory. So the two of them brawling. That's sure to set up a match. Right, there we go. We go to commercial break. Dolph is better than Theory, says to heel. Youngest person to be Vince's son, says Pablo. Lots of meowing going on in the chat right now. It seems like these catnip facts have blown people's mind. I never found out, though, what that salty snack was. I never found out what that was. I don't know that catnip is salty. I mean, I doubt it is. I doubt it is. I always thought it was a biscuit, actually. I always thought catnip was like little biscuits. I didn't know it was like a plant thing. Catnip is good to ignore. Lag. There was a little lag, yes. We've ridden through it, though, so. Doesn't Theory know he was in the Spirit Squad, said Lister Jericho. I think he knows. I think he knows. Daisy's face is a treat for cats. Thank you. Thank you. I am the human equivalent of catnip. I've sent you a DM. Did you get it? Yes. That was funny. Days, meow with us, says LSW. Whatever this is, whatever's going on in the chat, I do not want to be a part of it, right? It is cringe. It is cringe. Yeah? You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed of yourselves. In fact, I'm going to boo you. I'm booing you. That is from me to the chat. Why is Clash at the Castle so much money to go to? Because Vince. Yeah? He's got to pay lots of women. So, where do you think that money's coming from? It's coming from your pockets. Yeah? These women, they're not cheap, you know. Do you know how much money it costs to keep women quiet? Jeez Louise. I'm going to go to WrestleMania, said TWD fan. Listen, you have a great time. Yeah, you better. You better have a great time. Former ref Scott Armstrong may have started working for Impact, but that is unconfirmed. Catnip is weed for cats. My cats go nuts over it. Meow, says Blazed Radio. Lister Jericho said, does Days have a P.O. box? No, I don't. Miss Clown keeps asking me to get one. He's asked. I'm not joking now. I reckon he's been asking me for about 2 years to get a P.O. box. And my answer to him is always, I will get it done. I will get one. It's on my to-do list. I will get one. But I looked into it, and they're so expensive. They're really expensive. Like, to have, like, a P.O. box, I think it's like, I'm sure it was about £20-odd a month or something. Like, it's like £200 a year. So, it's not happening. Well, it's not happening anytime soon. I just bought a new computer. I am broke, so no P.O. boxes. We are seeing a WWE shop commercial. We're back from commercial break. Mitchell said, sorry Days, this catnip stuff is cringe. I agree. I actually enjoyed the Theory Dolph promo. It was good. Hang on. Thought it might elevated both. Also, let's go AJ tonight. We're just seeing this fight continuing, actually. There was still brawling all throughout the commercial break. So we've had Theory and Dolph exchanging blows backstage. Theory going down. Dolph hurling him into some spare railings. And then Adam Pearce and the officials arrived to try and separate them. So, yeah, this brawl continued all throughout the break. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was quite good. I mean, it's a feud. It's a good feud for Theory because it's a feud that he should win. New Avatar trailer released. Day's WWE announcement. Cat at the Castle. Cat at the Castle. Very good. Not as cringe as the Cream chat last year. Oh, listen, we've had many a cringe conversation. This is not our first rodeo, yeah? Dexter Lumis was in the door, was he? Was he? Was Dexter Lumis in the door? I can rewind it, actually. Was Dexter Lumis in the door? Can I rewind it? Can I rewind it? I can't rewind it! Oh! Why can't I rewind it? Was he in the door? Was he? Oh, talking about catnip! Stupid catnip! Dexter Lumis. Let's have a look. We got Miz and Ciampa talking to Sarah Schreiber. There will be a lot of that now. Dexter Lumis lurking in the shadows. No one's put any pictures up yet, though. Damn it! I did take a couple of screenshots, but I've got no idea if it captured Dexter Lumis. But there are people on Twitter saying that he was in the background. Yes. Yes. Dexter lurking Lumis. Miz says he smells collusion. That must be a new cologne. Miz tells Ciampa it was a valiant effort last week. God damn it. Okay, so he's giving him a moment, a necklace. So he's made him a necklace of the two of them hugging. Okay, out comes Ciampa and The Miz then. So, Miz gives Ciampa a necklace. Oh. Tell you what, he's a nice heel, isn't he? In all fairness. He's good to his heel friends. R-Truth is the only true champion. Who are these two facing? I don't even know what this match is. I don't even know what's going on. Right, we've got Ciampa and Miz. Ciampa and Miz taking on Cedric. He still works there. Here's Cedric. Who's his partner going to be? Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali. Called it. Right, here's Cedric and Ali. I don't know if it's headphones, but I can hear Raw as clear as they. Might want to turn the volume down. Don't want you to get in trouble. Don't know. Sounds like you've got some good headphones. I've got this already down to like 9 out of 100. That's pretty quiet, isn't it? That's pretty quiet. I don't think anyone is tuning into this watch along and is going to be able to enjoy Raw. Like I would like to think we're safely enough away from pirating the show as possible. Could you imagine if there was someone trying to tune in and listen to Raw whilst we're like talking about catnip all over the top of it? That's my dream, actually. I hope that is happening. I hope someone out there is trying to do that. Right, here we go then. So Ali and Cedric taking on Miz and Ciampa. Can I tell you, I still cannot find a picture online of Lumis in the background, but there were people mentioning it, so I believe that he was there. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have to be beady-eyed in the background. Catnip on a pole match, says Larry. James says, I have tweeted you it. Oh. 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 Looks like he's doing hand puppetry. So that, do you know what's really interesting? Is that him gaining access to the building? So there we go. A hand. Maybe it's just a hand. Perhaps someone got their arm caught in the door, and the door closed and it ripped it off. And that is all that's left of them now. Did you consider that? Or maybe someone painted it on the door as a joke. Lumis. Lurking Lumis. Lurking Lumis. Right, we are underway with this match. Not the most exciting thing Triple H has ever given us, but a nice spotlight for Cedric and Mustafa Ali. No one will survive the awesome one. It's Mae Young's son. It's Mae Young's son returned. You're absolutely right. Oh, it's so great to see Mae Young's son again. All grown up as well now. Got an arm. Absolute scenes. Absolute scenes. You're right, mate. You called it. You absolutely called it. Great work there by Ciampa. Yeah, him and Miz. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Hero. You got it. Judy Bagwell holding a bag of catnip on a pole match. Dream match. Coach Co, do you know what? I'm not even going to read the rest of your comments until you tell me what this salty snack was. I'm not moving on. I'm not moving on to some other fact until I get an answer to the previous fact. What is this salty snack? But do you think we will get returns tonight? The likes of Lio Rush. Lio Rush. I haven't seen any rumour. Lio Rush was trending, but I never looked why he was trending. Is he trending because he's expected to be on the show? Haven't heard that about Lio Rush. But Harry Maguire in a cage match. Well, at least it gets him away from the Man United defence, so I'm all for it. D's nuts, says Cliff Beavers. They are Skull Candy wireless headphones, so they are quite good. They are quite good. They look like Bray Wyatt's sweater arm. Right, guys, Bray Wyatt. Oh my God, Bray Wyatt's back. Oh my God, it's going to be The Fiend. It's Bray Wyatt. Wyndham confirmed. At least once every show, there's got to be a point where we expect Wyndham Bray Wyatt to return. And I'm just so pleased that it's happened within the first hour of Raw. The hand could have been Bray Wyatt, says Dylan. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, it's Bray! Is that recorded? I hope so. Is it recorded? Oh. How did it not record that? I don't understand. I want an oh my God, it's Bray, because at least once every show we need that playing, don't we? It's Bray. I no doubt about it in my mind. 100% that's Bray Wyatt. 100% that is Bray Wyatt. And actually, I didn't want to say anything, but in the background, I did hear Yowie Wowie. I did. I heard Yowie Wowie. And I didn't put the pieces together, but now I'm putting the pieces together. It's Bray Wyatt. Please bring back Breezango, says Larry. Brenton said, I think AEW's House of Dragons is a co-promotion. It's not a themed show. It could open up a streaming deal with HBO Max. Apparently AEW's co-promotion with Shark Week did well. Thoughts? Well, all the graphics say House of Dragons, so it could be, as you say, sponsored by them, but it's very strong branding, and the main event, I believe, is a 2 out of 3 falls match, which is Daniel Bryan being like it says Daniel Bryan, the Dragon, and then it's got Daniel Garcia, the Dragon Slayer. So I don't know, at what point does it not become themed and it just become heavily sponsored? I don't know, is the answer. I don't know. To me, all the graphics say, on every match, it says House of Dragons. I would imagine that it will be AEW Dynamite House of Dragons. So I feel like it's going to be everywhere. It'll be on the ring apron. It's on all the graphics. I don't know, is my honest answer there. At what point is it not a themed show? At what point does a sponsored show that's sponsored that heavily become a theme show? I don't know. I think to the viewing public, And to me as well, it looks like this is House of Dragons themed show with like dragon themed main event, and I think they did it as well. There's another one, Dragon Lee is on the card as well. There's a couple of they've got a couple of dragons in. So yeah, I mean, I think it could open it up to more. It's not something that I am a fan of, just because I think it does make it look like a special show, which is great if we weren't having special shows every week. Every week we seem to get special shows, and there's only so long you can tell people things are special before they stop being special. Mustafa Ali rolling through, getting his lovely net breaker into a pin. We are back. AEW and Dragon's Den partnership. Isn't the tag team Red Dragons back as well? I don't think they're referring to them as that, but it would make sense if they did for 1 week, wouldn't it? Yeah, good shout. Maybe they are referring to them as that. Ciampa puts Miz's leg on the rope. Ciampa making the save. So Cedric Alexander very upset with Ciampa. Ciampa's like, no, I didn't do anything. Don't know why you're staring at me. Mustafa Ali with a tope suicina and collides into Ciampa. Ciampa goes over the commentary table. Cedric on the outside, over the top. Down goes Miz. Oh, drop kick by Ali. 2. Kick out by the Miz. Miz kicks out. Close. Close. Few people on their feet there, actually. Few people in the front row enjoying this action. Ciampa went proper over the commentary table. Sunset flip there by 1, 2, by Cedric. Ali helping him. Through the ropes to the outsides. Ali trying to stomp away. Roll up here by the Miz. 1. Just a 1 count. Just a 1. Cheeky 1. Oh! Thrust kick. Super kick by Mustafa Ali. Who's going up top. Mustafa Ali. 450. Oh my God! Oh, 450 into double knees. Oh my God, what a spot! What a spot! That is insane! A 450, oh my God, that was sick! He comes off the top, 450s, as he's coming down, Ciampa hurls his knees right into his face. Blood pouring down the nose of Miz. Miz, oh my God, we got blood. We've got blood. This is like AEW all over again. That was sick, man. That was sick from Tommaso. Blood. Oh, my. This is just like Jon Moxley. Just like Jonathan Moxley. This is basically GC Dub. GC Dub. GC Dub. GC Dub. Look at the blood. I feel sick. TV14 is here. TV14 has arrived. Look away, children. Things got real. Blood happens, yeah. Deal with it. If you're going to have nightmares, deal with it. I'll tell you what, it's amazing that Ali didn't get busted open. So, Ciampa and Miz beat Ali and Cedric. Double knees off 450. Miz bleeds. Days, I feel like a lot of wrestlers who got let go will return. In my view, a couple of wrestlers would benefit from the new ideas of Triple H, says Undisputed Wrestling. Shout out to you. Oh my God, we got Ezekiel's dad. We got Ezekiel's dad. Look at the Ezekiel family. We got the Ezekiel family. This is after he was attacked last week by Kevin Owens. This is amazing. Ernie Jr. That must be Elrod. Who's the little guy? Oh my god, there's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot to unpack. I think we just got to see Elrod. Damn, man. I want that on screen. I want to do a separate video on that because that was funny. Elrod. Where are you? Ezekiel. That was fun. I don't know how social media is going to... Ezekiel's family is so supportive. Yes. Here we go. You're all demanding it. I want to see the picture. What are you talking about? That's how you sound. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom! Look at Elrod in the middle! That must be Elrod! Who's the woman? Is she even a woman? I don't know if that's a woman. Apologies if it is. Apologies if that is a woman. Who's the little dude? Who's that dude? Looks like backwards cap. Like a Kangol cap. Looks moody, mate. He doesn't look happy. Kevin Owens has... I tell you what, Kevin Owens has started a war. He's started a war! Big development on Raw. We got to see Ezekiel's family. Obviously, last week, Ezekiel was attacked by Kevin Owens. And here we're seeing a real touching family photo. This is Ezekiel with his family inside the hospital. And there is a lot to unpack here. We can see Ernie Jr., that is Ezekiel's dad. On the right-hand side, you can see him at the back of the picture. Don't know who the lady is. And I say lady, and I don't know if it's even a lady. But I believe it to be a lady. I don't know who that is. I'm sure one day we will find out. I'm guessing that's his mother. And then in the middle, we did get told about Elrod, but we never got introduced to Elrod. So is that Elrod? Has Elrod finally been revealed? Because we were meant to be introduced to Elrod quite a while ago. And then obviously Kevin Owens was like absent for a while. And so we never got introduced to Elrod. We might have just been introduced to him. Next to him, of course, Elias. Who the flip is that on the end? I have no idea, but this is quite the development because whoever that is on the end, I don't believe that to be like Elias dressing up, Ezekiel dressing up, or whatever the hell is happening. So whoever that is on the end, on the right, he could now come down to the ring with Ezekiel on a regular basis. I could definitely see that. It's going to be difficult to have some of these coming out at the same time, right? I've got a sneaky suspicion, just a little sneaky suspicion, there might be some trickery going on here. I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything. But what I can say is the person on the right, that person could definitely be making an appearance with Ezekiel or Elias or Elrod or Ernie Jr. or whoever that woman is. So a big development here on Raw. We get finally introduced to Ezekiel's family. That's fun, isn't it? Fun picture. You missed some at backstage. Oh, what was another? Is it another Lumis moment? Oh my god, he's getting everywhere, and he is like catnip. The Easter eggs are back. What was it? Was it Lumis? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. If you don't, now you do. We had Wale in the crowd. I know that much. So we got some Wale. Hey, Wale. Baby, I've got your money. I also need to know how the flip you spell Ezekiel, because I know like we have fun with the spelling, but I genuinely don't know how you spell it. I don't know how you spell it. E-Z-E-K. E-Z-E-K-I-E-L. Ezekiel and Elias family revealed. Wow, I'm very excited there. Here's Drew McIntyre. Dun, dun. Right, I will get to that in a sec. Ezekiel and Elrod family reveal. I might be too excited about this, but I think it's kind of cool that we get to see Elrod. Right, Drew McIntyre making his way down to the ring. Drew against Roman at Clash at the Castle. Of course, we are building towards that massive, massive main event. Drew inside the ring. I feel like we're probably going to go to a commercial break again soon. I am coming, chat. I am coming. I know there's a super chat to get to. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Drew wants a microphone. So we're going to hear from Drew. Lovely. Let's go back. You missed the fire. You missed the fire. Days, that's clearly Days Lias. We all know you're the younger brother, but in more important things, the world needs you, AJ Styles. Good thoughts. If you don't support AJ, the world might crumble. I mean, I'm firmly behind AJ Styles. I'm a big fan of AJ. The trash can was on fire. Okay. Well, that's probably going to be Lumis, isn't it? He's starting a fire now. Okay, we've got a Drew promo. Oh, it wasn't very hidden, was it? I'm just looking at it now. Drew McIntyre walking past a fire, and he even has to do that to avoid it. Yeah, so Dexter Lumis seemingly backstage setting things on fire now. Drew McIntyre is suffering from a bit of a back injury. Dexter is starting with better interruptions than retribution. Right, let's change this over to Drew McIntyre. This isn't a job. This is my damn dream match, says Drew. Do you want to hear some potential matches? No, thank you. How about Drew versus Ciampa? How about Drew versus AJ? How about McIntyre against the new Seth freaking Rollins? How about Drew versus Karrion Kross? Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens coming out. Do you know, it's funny, actually. I remember Sean Ross Sapp earlier mentioned, he sent a tweet out saying Raw is going to be on fire, literally. That was something sent out by Sean. Kevin Owens is made his way out. So convenient. So convenient you mention my name as I come out here. Why do you pretend to come out here and be something that you're not, says Kevin Owens. Sometimes you wear a kilt, sometimes you've got a sword. You're a real dumbass. I don't think you know who you are, says Kevin Owens. I know what I am and who I am. So, KO. People like you might have forgotten what I'm about. I've been having fun. But something has dawned on me. I'm loving this change by Kevin. I realised. He said, I realised that this is the same arena that me and Sammy had the fight of our lives in at Battlegrounds. There's a side of me that's been missing for far too long. I miss the old Kevin Owens. Yes! It's time to bring back the prize fighter! Yes, I want the prize fighter back. He's coming after everything. This is great. This is great. He wants all the belts. And he's coming after the Undisputed as well. Love it. Love it. Love it. Drew's going to have to respond. Hoping Friday. William, shout out to you. Incredible promo, said Alex. It's fun, isn't it? The prize fighter. It's what he was when he was down in NXT and when he first came up. Cool. Look at this from Drew. Look at that from Drew. Look at the fire. I don't care if you're a prize fighter. Wow. I don't care if you're a prize fighter, a superstar. But let's just freaking wrestle. Owen said, yeah, let's do it. Damn, that was fire. That was fire. Fire promo from Drew. I I don't care if you are a prize fighter, a superstar. I can't remember what else he said. He said another one as well. Let's wrestle. Let's wrestle. Let's wrestle. Damn. The little guy in the picture was little Jimmy, said Trent. This is awesome, says Tailwim. Triple H has fixed everything. Thanks, Trips. That was a beautiful promo. Passion galore. I mean, when we talk about how Drew just feels really cold and stale, that promo shows you perfectly just how far away he has been from the kind of person that we want to see. And that's the kind of person I want to see. So, yeah, a long, long way away. Mitchell said, I'm going to say, hell yeah, for both of those dudes. That is amazing, wasn't it? Yeah, I completely agree, Mitchell. I completely agree. Do you know what? I mean, we're an hour and 10 minutes in, and all right, there's been some stuff here that you could say we maybe don't need. Maybe, you know, we could have done without. You know, did we need Ciampa and Miz beating Ali and Cedric? I don't know, but the match was still good. And the ending was still great. But, I mean, that promo was just so much fun. And, I mean, we got the women's match, and that had some riding on it. I think it feels easy to watch. You never quite know what's happening. And with the Dexter Lumis thing holding your attention as well, it's just... Even like there is no reason why they can't give us these kinds of Raws every week. There's nothing special here. There's nothing special. This is a very easy Raw to deliver week after week so far. Just have, like, you know, different wrestlers cut in, like, you know, passionate promos, some little thread playing out in the background, good matches. Even these matches we've had, I mean, they've not been, you know, I keep going back to it. There's only been a couple, but Ciampa and Miz against Ali and Cedric, there was nothing riding on that. It wouldn't have mattered who had won. So, I mean, there's no reason why you can't do that kind of stuff each week. So, yeah, I mean, I think what's really encouraging is that this is a strong show. It's maybe not a mind-blowing show, but it's a strong show. But this is the new average. This is the new average. It was such a dramatic shift from laugh-out-loud comedy to the most serious fire. Definitely don't need returns every week now, says Kyle. Mr. Jacob Goat, shout out to you. Seeb said, would you like to see a US executive confront Roman, saying we need one belt back on our show? It's not good for business. Either you show up or give it up, and Roman gives it up. No, I wouldn't like that. I think the whole reason why we're building Roman is to put people over. Like, that's why you do it. All of this is a long end game story, so it makes Roman look amazing, gives him a historic run. It's great for that. But ultimately, someone or a couple of people are going to massively benefit when he is finally defeated. So I think the idea that he just gives up a belt, just gives up the opportunity to put someone over, I think would be the wrong move. I understand there might be the argument, well, if he loses the one belt, doesn't that make him look weak? But my argument to that is, look, he's still going to have a 700 plus day title reign to be gloating about. You know, he can very much easily dismiss, like, you know, we had both belts, and I'll come back for that one. You know, they got lucky. The Tribal Chief had an off night. I've not had an off night in 2 years. The Tribal Chief has one off night, and it costs me. Don't worry about it. We'll get it back. And then, you know, you just give him some more wins, build him back up. He obviously doesn't get it back. He has other things that distract him. And then I really think it's when he loses the Universal. That's the bigger one. That's the one he's had for over 700 days. So I don't think him losing takes too much away. I understand it's a knock. But I don't think it takes too much away. Not to the point where I feel that we're going to stop someone from having that moment. from benefiting from being someone to beat this version of Roman. We're underway anyway with Kevin Owens against Drew McIntyre. So Drew and Kevin battling away. Let's get the scroll text up. There we go. Right, Drew, I have to change that as well. So many things I have to do. I'm such a busy guy. Let's switch that around. I think Sammy should take the Universal after all the bleep the Bloodline has put him through. It would be a feel-good moment. I would love that. I would love that. I really rate Sammy. I think he's such a good performer. He's so credible. Oof. Hard into the corner goes Drew. KO with a crotch chop and a cannonball. Crowds cheering for Kevin Owens. So we are up and running here. Crotch chop. Drew said, we're pro wrestlers. Let's wrestle. I know Vince is somewhere bawling his eyes out here in the word pro wrestler. Do you know what? I can sort of understand, though, why he felt the way that he did. I mean, back in the day, wrestling was very different. I mean, wrestling had a different style kind of in the territories and down south. And I think Vince wanted to distance himself from that. You know, the wrestling. The southern wrestling. Like, you know, they're kind of playing arenas and doing things like that, but it doesn't have the production value of WWE. WWE, it's a different product in a way. It's a different product. It's a different presentation. So I can understand him not wanting to advertise it as being wrestling, because back in the 80s, you want to distance yourself from your competition. And they were putting on a product that was still wrestling. It was still in a ring. And it was still two people battling to win championships. But it was not the polish and the presentation that WWE were presenting. So in the 80s, I get it. I get why he wanted to go with something different. But to be honest, I just think that, like, once those companies are done, I don't understand why it's still a problem. He just seems to get it into his head that this is what we are. We are sports entertainers. He does say, actually, anyone can be a wrestler. Anyone can learn to be a wrestler. But only certain people are good enough to be WWE superstars. He said that during an interview, which was an excellent answer. Rob said, is Roman the longest reigning heel champion ever? Could be. I mean, Bruno wasn't heel. Pedro wasn't heel. Bob Backlund wasn't heel. Hogan wasn't heel. How long Superstar's reign? Superstar was heel. Longest WWE title reigns. I don't know if Roman's beaten Superstar Billy Graham. He might have. Let's have a look. Hogan face. He's beaten Macho. He's beaten AJ. Where are we? Well, I mean, look, I've got an article here from WWE. I think it's... I don't know when this article was published. It doesn't have Roman on it. 2018. That'll do. We know all the reigns since 2018. And there's been nothing as long as Roman's. So this is fine. So Bruno, Bob, Hogan, Bruno's second reign, Pedro, and then it's Roman. So yes. Longest heel reign ever. Because both of Bruno's were face. Hogan was Hulkamania. Pedro was babyface. And Bob was babyface. Yeah. Longest heel reign ever. Amazing. Did you hear the KO Owen Hart reference? Enough is enough and it's time for a change. Actually, I didn't pick up on that, no. That's interesting. There was a hand tease from Dexter Lumis during the brawl. I didn't see that, says Superhero Cat. To be honest, I didn't either, but the chat picked up on it. Tweeted out about it. Huff Sports Media said, I think they make a triple threat and Paul Heyman demands that it's for one belt because it's not fair for the tribal chief to lose his historic reign and not be pinned. I would agree with you, but I've heard rumours they are looking to keep it as two. And just keep it as two competitors, not three. So I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Halftime scores. Too early. You jump in the gun, mates. You probably smacked off your face on catnip. But a little bit too early. Owen Hart's WWE Raw Kevin Owens. Roman will lose in a triple threat. Yeah, it does make the most sense, but I'm seeing reports saying that the plan is still for it to be one-on-one. I agree, it makes sense. I agree. But apparently the plan is for it to be one-on-one. Right, we are still underway with, we were just at commercial break, but we've got Owens and Drew still battling away. 10 minutes till we get to halftime scores. Big clubbing blows here by Kevin Owens. Drew McIntyre backs in the corner. Hard one to know which way to go here. I mean, Drew has got to be built up as we continue to go to Clash. But I don't want to be seeing Kevin Owens lose. I'm not eager to sit here and watch Kevin Owens lose a match. So, little bit tricky. I've got to think Drew's winning this, or it's going to be a screwy finish. Maybe Carrion gets involved. Maybe Carrion gets involved. But yeah, not the easiest thing to book. Catnip versus Days. This will end in a DQ or double count out, says Rivy. Ultimate heel champ is Ric Flair. Yeah, it might be the ultimate heel. Yeah, it's got to be him or maybe Mr. McMahon for me. So, yeah, I agree. Okay, Kevin Owens getting a pin there. Just tweeting out about this Elias Ezekiel family reveal, which I thought was really fun. It might be something that people think is silly and, you know, people might not be crazy about. But I thought it was fun. Big boot by Owens. He's going up top here, KO. Oh, double knees. Double knees by Drew. Oh, driver. 1, 2. Kick out by KO. Kick out by Kevin Owens. This match continuing between Kevin Owens and Drew. It's good. Nice, good driver by Drew. We're seeing a lot more in his moveset here. Has been a great match, this. USA Network wants one of the heavyweight titles back. They're not happy with both being on Raw, said Justin. Carrion, these guys aren't on Roman's level, says Mike. Yeah, well, we've got to get someone on Roman's level. The whole point of Roman having this run is so that ultimately he'll put someone over. Obviously, it was expected about Cody. I think a lot of people expect Cody to be a champion next year, myself included. But I think Clash is just such a big opportunity to put one of the belts on Drew. I'm not a big Drew fan, to be honest. Drew feels cold to me, but if he is going to have killer matches now and cut promos like he just did, then we can get somewhere very quickly with Drew, because he's got a great look. Another cannonball by Kevin Owens. Another cannonball. Drew is down. Kevin Owens going up top. Owens. Frog splash. Connects. Connects by Owens. 1, 2. Oh, 2 count for KO. He's going up top. He's going up top again. Might be going to the well. 1 too many times. But he connects with a senton. 1, 2. Oh. What has he got to do? Wow. Throwing everything. Throwing everything at Drew. This is awesome, chant. This is awesome. Crowds absolutely loving this matchup. That'll please Owens. That'll please Drew. That'll please Triple H. Kevin Owens not doing anything, just allowing the This Is Awesome chant to play out. Steps to the outside. He's going to go up top again. High risk, high reward. But Kevin Owens going up top. Drew pops up. Big right hand by Drew. Throwing in big strikes. Drew climbing up. He's got Owens up on his shoulder. And he's going to drop him down. Drives him down, and that might do it. Oh, shoulder up by KO. Damn. Drew is great, but I don't think he's champion, says Brandon. JJ Wrestling Figures, shout out to you, my friend. Darwin said this is awesome. Sheamus needs to come back. Even the crowds are better with Triple H taking over, says Justin. William said match is great. But having Drew in a match... Oh, went for a Claymore! Super kick by KO! Oh, Glasgow kiss! Super kick again by Owens! Clothesline by Drew! Both guys are down! This is awesome! This is awesome! Oh, it's so good! It's so good! It's really good! Back and forth. Imagine if Owens wins. Imagine if Owens wins. That would never happen under Vince. Drew would win this because you're building him up for the main event, but he's in the main event already. Imagine if this is a big signature win, a rebirth for Kevin Owens. Has Triple H got the guts to do it, though? Has he got the guts? Has he got the guts to put Owens over here? Big strikes coming in by both guys. If Owens wins this, it'll be amazing. Amazing. My only concern is that it's a predictable finish, but knee to the midsection by Owens. Against the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb time. He's got... couldn't get it. Goes for a clothesline. Oh, shell shock DDT by Drew McIntyre. Kevin Owens is down. This got to be it. He's in position for the Claymore. He's pleading for him to get up to his feet. Pleading. Feels like we're quite close. Feels like that when the camera's that close, there's normally an attack, and it's actually the Usos. It's the Usos. So the Usos come in, and the Usos interfere. So it is going to be a win for Drew, but thanks to outside interference from the Usos. Drew and KO, though, take a flipping bow. Take a bow. Drew is dealing with the Usos. Oh, wow. He just chucks one of the Usos to the outside. He crash lands on the other Uso. Oh, stunner by Owens! Stunner by Owens! I don't mind that finish, you know. Who knows who was going to win? Who knows? I don't mind that finish. I know it's a little bit cheap, but it's hard to have Drew get beaten this close to Clash. Tell your tribal chief he owes me one, says Kevin Owens. Tell your tribal chief he owes me one. So, Usos attack. Oof. Headbutt again. Claymore. Oh, he took that beautiful as well. Was that Jimmy? I think it was Jimmy that took the Claymore. He got hit with the Claymore. He just proper rotates around in the air. It's like he was on a rotisserie. You tell. The boss of yours. I'll see him on Friday. Tell your boss I'll see him Friday. Drew, come in to SmackDown. The boss SmackDown on Friday. Roman's got a lot on his plate. He's got Drew, Cross, Kevin Owens, Theory. That's what happens when you've got both the belts. Maybe Roman will just give one up. Be like, I can't be bothered with all this. There's too many people after me. Do you know what I mean? I want the quiet life on the island of relevancy. I'm not looking for a busy life on the island of can't even say it. Island of irrelevancy. That would be a challenge if I was drunk. What is next for Sheamus? Oh, I'm sure he'll have something at Clash. He'll have something. Maybe they'll have the Brawling Brutes. Because Ridge and Butch are both English. So I've got to think that they're going to be at Clash as well. So Brawling Brutes against someone. Days, did Kevin Owens turn face? Don't think it was a face turn. I think he's just out for himself. I loved the missed opportunities video. It reminded me of some of the bad booking, said Jaden. Thank you. Here's Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah, I haven't actually looked to see like how many people watched it or the comments yet. I will do that. I mean what I said. I am looking for like future video suggestions. Don't bother putting them here though, because it's better in comments. Because if they're here, they just disappear, don't they? Whereas comments, they're always there. So that's the best place to put them, is in the comments of those videos. And what I do then is I literally just screenshot. And I title them whatever it is. So, you know, if you suggest do the top 10 best women of the 90s, then I'll screenshot it and put it that as the title. Top 10 best women of the 90s. That way, when I do the video, I can find the suggestion. You get the shout out in the video. It's a system that works, baby. So I haven't looked yet to see what people have said or anything. People might be like, this is rubbish. I don't know. Doubt it, because it was brilliant. Right, Seth freaking Rollins has made his way out, and you know what that means? You know what that means at this time in the show. Halftime scores, everybody, it's the halftime scores. I really want to know your halftime scores. Put it in the chat. Halftime scores, everybody, it's the halftime scores. Are you happy? It's the halftime scores. Are you happy or you sad? Halftime scores, everybody, it's the halftime scores. I should get that recorded. If I got it recorded, I could just press play then. Just sit here like this. Cross has tweeted. It's all happening. In this modern age, you not only have got to watch the show, you've got to flip in and keep an eye on social media. Get your scores in. 7.5, 6.9, 8, 7, 7.44. Did I read that from Rob? Did I read that from Rob? Rob, did I read your super chat? I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, I'm going to have to see if I can find it now. Let's have a look. I'll probably find it and then realise that I've already read it, but I am literally the worst when it comes to like super chats and remembering to like get to them and read them. So if I ever forget, it's nothing personal. I'm just useless. Here we go. Rob said, oh yeah, I remember it now. Is Roman the longest reigning heel champion? That was a real good one, Rob. We looked into it, and turns out he is. In WWE. I can't say for, like, all of wrestling, but in WWE. Right, excellence of execution said I don't mind that finish. It keeps them both strong. 7.57. Rob said, yes, you did. At Castle Catnip, Drew is going to lose to Roman following Raw and team up with Kevin Owens. Look at Cross's tweet. Oh, go to Twitter. Go to Twitter. Look at Karrion Cross's tweet. Go to Twitter, Days. Please. Oh, Days. Please. Oh, won't you just go to Twitter? Please. Oh. Yeah, I can do that. What's his Twitter? Is it just Karrion Cross? Probs. Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Is it Karrion Cross? I don't even know what he's called. At real Karrion Cross. That's how you find him. There's not even a tweet there. There's not a tweet. On Karrion's. There's nothing there. There's one from an hour ago. There's nothing there. After all that. Please. Have a word, yeah? You've turned heel. The chat's turned heel. How dare you. Right, Seth freaking Rollins in the ring. Okay, so Seth says we're going to hear from Riddle. Got some pretty funky glasses, isn't he? Purple glasses. We can all celebrate together. Tells the world that he is retiring. Seth says we're going to hear from Riddle. And Riddle is going to tell the world he is retiring. It's probs not. He could probably go back to middle school. Start a farm. Here's Riddle. He's got a 420 shirt up. I do have a medical update. Here we go, medical update time. This is going to be very difficult for you, says Seth. Here we go. Well, he's going to be fine, isn't he? It's not easy to say. I'm medically cleared. Riddle is medically cleared. So Seth said, is it going to be on like when we saw each other a few weeks ago at Madison Square Garden? Whenever we're in the same vicinity at the same time, the outcome is the same. And do you know why that is? I am always one step ahead. One step ahead. Seth, one step ahead. Rollins. Seth says, I wish you was here. Leo Rush tweeted a picture of him and Bobby. That's nice. Perhaps he went to a meet and greet. He is backstage. That was a lot of work, wasn't it? That's a lot of work for no reason. That's a lot. He's had to buy a lot of things there. He's had to buy a lava lamp. He's had to buy a backdrop. He's had to buy a lot of different things just to fool Seth that he's somewhere else. And then he's still not managed to, like, surprise him. Because he's had to run all the way from the back. Kicks coming in. Either way, we've got a brawl. And he plants Seth Rollins down. Bro. Oof. Crashes into the edge of the ring. He's here. He must have spent all day just buying stuff. He must have been like, I don't know, online shopping. Imagine that, like, he's backstage just waiting for his lava lamp to arrive and he's like, oh God, man, I really need it as well. I hope it comes in time. Seth has got Riddle and he's got his head on the commentary table. And throws in a strike. So, Riddle medically cleared. Seth goes for a curb. Riddle moves out the way. Seth goes into the crowd. Riddle going after him. Wow, look at that. Seth running away. Through the crowd. Riddle going after him. Barefooted. And there we go. We got Riddle in with the fans. That's a nice shot. That's a nice shot. Bro. Yeah, that's a great shot. Look at that. Bro. That would hurt my feet. Yeah, I was thinking that. That would hurt my feet as well. Sometimes you make the funny moaning sounds on the live stream. If you're acting something, get me in hot water with my parents because it's high volume and they think it's something else. Oh. Cool. Right, Bobby and AJ were just seeing a little video package building up for their title match, which might be our main event tonight. Watch out for nails, broken beer bottles on the floor, Riddle. Good advice. Just realised he's got a 420 bro shirt. Yes. RVD and Riddle would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. Mr. Jacob Goat. It's time for Mr. Money in the Bank to get help to get the title off Roman Reigns, says Rod Cool Dixon. I. You missed my super chat. Oh, I'm rubbish at super chats. Rubbish at them, mate. I'm not even apologising anymore. I'm just rubbish. I found it, though. What time is Clash at the Castle? Do I look like Google? I'm sorry. You seem to have got me confused with Google. Clash at the Castle, UK time. WWE Clash at the Castle starts at 5:30 p.m. UK time. I don't know if that's the kickoff show, though. Primetime slot. It doesn't actually say. It just says 5:30. But I don't know if that's the kickoff. I don't know. They could have given us a bit more detail. We'll start at 5:30. I feel like this was a press release because there's quite a few that have just got the same article. So I think there was a press release that went out that it's going to start at 5:30. Doors open at 3. So if you are going, doors open at 3. The event starts at 5:30. I don't know if that's the kickoff show. It doesn't say. Doesn't say. It's going to be early for my American friends. Deal with it, yeah? Deal with it. Waited 30 years for this basically because of you lot. Yeah? For some reason, you refuse to watch these shows if they're early. And so WWE is like, oh, we can't upset all the Americans. The Americans won't watch if it's not 7 o'clock at night. Why won't they? Oh, because they're precious. Precious Americans. They won't do it. So what, we can't have any big shows now? No, you can't have any big shows. Oh, thanks. So deal with it, yeah? Deal with it. Poor Yanks. Cynthia said, I bought the guys from the store I go to a dozen fresh donuts as a thank you, and I bought something for Devin, says Cynthia. I don't know what this is. I had to have words with Mitchell when he was spreading love and joy the other day. That is not what this community is about, right? Don't you dare ever come on these streams telling me of the nice things that you've been doing. I want stories of bullying, harassment, things along those lines. That is what we promote here. Yeah? That is what we promote. We are looking to make this world a much darker, harsher place. One incident at a time. So, you'll get no respect from me, Cynthia, for that. Who do you think will take down Rhea Ripley? I like what was mentioned earlier about Beth. I think Beth Phoenix. There was rumours that Beth was meant to come back with Edge. So I could definitely see that being the case where Edge joins up with Ray. They've both got a problem. So we get Ray, Edge, and then Rhea Ripley's a problem. And so here's Beth Phoenix. Yeah, I like that. Cal, shout out to you, said, look out for the custom stage with a dragon. There does need to be a dragon, doesn't there? Is that what they've said they're going to do? Custom dragon stage. I was thinking that someone said to me the other day it was not going to get a big stage. And I was like, I don't think so. I think it will. I think this is going to be a big deal. I was expecting the Saudi Arabia stage. It's a big stage, but it's pretty bland. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing special. It's just a big stage. But if they've gone special and they've created like a dragon, that would be sick. Imagine if fire comes out as well. Imagine that. You've got like this big dragon and then like the head sticks out. The head is a 3D part that comes out. And as the wrestlers walk out, fire shoots out. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good. If it's anything less than that now, I am going to be gutted. Gutted. In fact, I want a refund. If I don't get that, I will want a refund. Right, look, Riddle. Let's all look backstage. Backstage, we're all looking. We're looking for Dexter Lumis. We've seen a hand. We've seen a fire. Someone in the background. I'm having a good look and looking around. Can't see anything yet. Clash at the Castle. Riddle has issued the challenge. I'm still looking. I can see Kevin Patrick. There is still someone in the distance. I couldn't see anything. Couldn't see anything. Clash at the Castle. Here comes Via Mahan. Days is bullying Mama Days. Oh, absolutely. It's what I was put on this earth to do. Right, here's Veer Mahan. How long have we got? We've got an hour and 10 minutes. That dude's in the crowd that has, like, the funny signs in the entranceway. But the cameras aren't focusing on him, so I really don't know what they're saying. Right, Veer Mahan has made his way into the ring. I think he's taking on a jobber. Yeah! Here we go. Bukeller. What did that sign say? No idea. Even when I'm looking for it, I can't read it. Right, we've got Veer and Bukeller. Is his name Bo? Bo. Well, this guy slips to the outside. He tries to get back into the ring. He's just running away from Veer. Corey Graves. So Veer steps out the ring. He's getting frustrated because this jobber is being quite elusive. And he stares at Byron. And Corey Graves is like, attack him. I will pay you. I will pay you, Veer. Oh, Bogo's thrown to the outside. I will pay you. Veer jumps out the ring, grabs a hold of this jobber. I'm surprised that jobber came crashing down. He's got wings tattooed on his back. They didn't help him at all. He just got chucked to the outside. Veer collides into the jobber. Against the ropes goes Veer. Boo! When it comes crashing down. And it hurts inside. Veer crashing down on Bo. Boo. Bang. Massive clothesline lariat. Sweet Cynthia, superhero. This jobber can fly. Yeah, whether he wants to or not. And there we go. Submission hold by Veer. I don't know what that submission's called. It would be nice if the ring announcer said, winner by whatever the move was. Veer, too much in the end. Beats the jobber. We're seeing a replay of Air Jobber. Are you enjoying the show? Sure. Yeah, it's good. Easy to watch, innit? As I said before, there's nothing here that is that special. There's nothing here that can't be done every week. I'd say the highlight was Drew and Kevin Owens. Oh, he looks upset. He looks very upset. Backstage with Bibbs. Backstage with Bibbs. You can see, look, Adam Pearce talking to a load of security guards in the background. That's connected. That's connected. Yep. It's kicking off. It is flipping kicking off. I'm going to give him something else from Transformers when I go back. Just stop. Just stop. I can't be coping with all this niceness. Giving out gifts. Right, we got, what have we had? We've had Drew beats KO. We had Seth and Riddle brawl. And then we also have had Veer and Veer beats Jobber. Boom. Bobby Styles is next. Well, I must say I am surprised. These title matches being in the main event didn't last very long. I've got a good feeling Vince is going to be a Grim Reaper and return to creative. Could you imagine the reaction? Could you imagine the reaction if Vince comes back now? Oh my God. That could be a disaster, you know. That could actually be a disaster. That could be a disaster. Imagine if he comes back. The whole internet wrestling community would be like, no! Theory versus Ziggler is going to be the main event. Oh. An old belt looks better than the ones today. Yes. International superstar Rick Hunter. Shout out to you. Knight Rider said, I wonder if Triple H will bring back the glorious Bobby Roode. Vince is back. Do you think I love you, says Edwards. No. I just think you're a very confused young man. James said, would you like to see Gunther bring back the old design of the IC title? Yes. I want the old one with the red logo. That old one with the red logo is amazing. It's beautiful. In a way, though, it's the one that I think of for Macho Man, so should you mess with that? Maybe not. But definitely, yeah, that old style, definitely. Do you know, it's funny because that old, but it never needed changing. At no point did I look at the IC title and think that needs changing. You could probably have changed the strap because the strap was white and that was all right, but it had been white for a long time and so I was a bit bored. So you could have put it back on a black strap or gone with a different colour. They won't put the IC title on a white strap. That's only for women's titles now. Larry said submission hold is called the Ouch. It hurts. I'd love to hear that get announced. And winner of this match by Ouch It Hurts submission, Veer Mahan. Michael said, did you hear the rumours that Judgment Day are the next challengers for the Bloodline? Priest said it during an interview. I don't think it makes sense. Do you agree? Doesn't make sense. Not unless they turn face. Someone's got to turn face. You can't do heel faction, heel faction. Who am I meant to root for? Who am I meant to root for? Beans on toast is bad for you, says Unbroken. I don't think that's true. I've had beans on toast my whole life and I am jacked. So... who actually owns WWE? Vince. Vince is retired from doing things. But he's still majority shareholder. What is the main event? Don't know. Probably AJ again. Well, no, it can't be because there's an AJ next. See, I was thinking it would make sense this to be the main event because it's a title match. And seemingly, Dexter Lumis is trying to get to AJ Styles. That's what I thought. I really like Sarah Schreiber's hair, you know. She looks like a lion. She's got like a lion vibe going on. I appreciate that. Dakota Kai with Bailey and Io Sky. Are you kidding me? Yeah, exactly. Io says something in Japanese. Bailey says exactly. I bet backstage she loves hanging out with Asuka. I bet they just like have chit-chats about things that are happening in Japan. Dakota walks off from an interview. They're surrounding Dana Brooke. Not Dana Brooke! She's ready 24/7. Yeah. I am not afraid, says Dana Brooke. Maybe you should be a little scared. Yeah. I really like Dana Brooke, though. I really like Dana Brooke. Yep. Here we go then. AJ Styles. They don't want them. Need to get rid of the 24/7 title. We do. I don't know what we do with Dana Brooke though. Because I can't see her getting to the top of a women's division. I do like her. I mean, she gives her all, man. She is just... You give her something and she gives her all. I really respect that. I really respect it. Give her a promo. She'll give you everything she's got. AJ Styles making his way down. They don't want none. No, I've heard that, Rivy. I've seen the rumours doing the rounds, mate. Yeah, they don't. They don't want them. We've got a full hour left. It's not long, is it? Final hour. 2 hours of the show down. I'm about to get AJ against Bobby. I'd imagine this is going to eat up some time. Oh, I don't think that anyone's going to be sitting there like bored. I do think this is, I don't want to say a step down from what we've seen, because that does the show a bit of disrespect. But I think, you know, we've been getting some matches that really matter. I mean, Kevin Owens and Drew, it didn't matter who won that. You could make an argument that if Drew lost, it would have hurt his momentum. And you could make the argument if Kevin Owens won, it would have helped his momentum. But I'm not really crazy about momentum matches. It would, in a way, though, it would have been something if Kevin Owens had won. Because we are desperately waiting for him to return to how great he was. And he's certainly making all the right noises. And that match tonight was fire. It was so good. So, you know, I mean, the Miz tag match as well. Dakota against Dana. You know, it's not like, it's not like we're getting these matches that are all about, stories or things. These are, there's a fair few matches that are just there for the sake of it. I don't think there was any story connected to Miz and Ciampa taking on Cedric and Ali. I don't remember them attacking them. I don't remember any words being exchanged. I don't think there was anything that set that up. But it was still a good match. But as I said, this is still easy to watch. And if this is the new average, sign me up, baby. Sign me up. This is no chore whatsoever. The IC and US title matter again, says Knight Rider. This show has gone fast, says Tamar. One thing we should keep in mind about Triple H is a fan of good wrestling. Sometimes he books matches just based on showcasing the talent. That's true. That is true. Gets them on the show. Mitchell said, "Is Bobby the new Chris Masters? What is going on?" Bobby's the new Bobby. Bobby has been around for a long, long time, hasn't he? He's the new Bobs. Bibbs is the new Bobs. That's what's going on. Bibbs is the new Bobs. Do you think we're going to get Bibby versus Gunther at Survivor Series? A long way to go. I think Gunther keeps his belt. I don't think you take that IC title off Gunther before Survivor Series. But isn't Survivor Series still like 3 months away? Is Bibbs going to keep his title that long? He might do. He really might do. So I think there's a real good chance that that's what happens. But I can't sit here and say 100% that is what we're going to get. But I'm seeing a lot of people online getting excited about the idea of that match. Who wins? Who wins? Who do you put over? Who do you put over if it's Bobby and Gunther? You see, I feel like Bobby could win it. And Gunther, because Gunther's new, and Gunther can take a loss now and be like, lesson learned. I enjoyed the challenge and I respect Bobby. And next time we meet, I will be ready. He can easily dismiss it that way. Gunther's new. I think it's fine for him to take a loss. Equally, you might want to build Gunther as the next monster. And you might want to put him over. I don't know. I really don't know. I can see arguments for going either way. My gut feeling is you would put Gunther over. But I think Gunther could take the loss. No way, says nobody. No way. No way. What is it? Nobody. No way. What's no way? Gunther, Bobby would be great. Gunther should have a long winning streak, says Checkers. It's rumoured Gunther Sheamus at Clash, says James. How do I feel about that? I don't like it. Don't like it. That's heel versus heel. No. Video was fire, says Alex. Oh, thank you. ECW. What if ECW continued to be shown? Would NXT have been a show with Triple H being in control? If ECW had continued, NXT would have still arrived. And I think everything would have been the same. I think that it would have just been I imagine it would have just been its own show on the network. So I think we would have just got to that earlier. I don't think you would have gotten... I don't know that you would have got Nexus. And I don't think that it would have been like shown on TV. I think it would have lived on the network when the network arrived. So I think NXT would have been a thing. And I think it would have been a show. But it wouldn't have been the rookies and the pros if ECW had continued. And I think Triple H would have still booked it. So I think we largely still would have got to where we got to. It's just the early days of NXT would have been different. AJ on the shoulders of Bibbs. Bibbs going into the ring post. Back elbow by Bibbs. It's been a hot minute, says Jacko. Hello, Jacko. Love, mate. Love from Manchester. Shout out to you, Jacko. Hope you're well, dudes. Hope everyone's doing well. Nice strike there by AJ. Feels like we're going to commercial break. And we are. There we go. We go to commercial break. Bobby against AJ. United States Championship on the line. We have got 55 minutes to go. I am calling it. Dexter is a cameraman, said Mr. Jacob Goat. Oh. Nobody said bulk up and muscle up, and we will see. I don't know what that means. Are we? Is that a separate conversation? How dare you? How dare you have your own conversations? What are you eating? I'm eating a banana. Just a little energy boost. You know what I mean? We've done 3 hours of a stream. We've got 55 minutes left, but don't forget, straight after we do our post-show review, it is getting rave reviews as well. So we've got our post-show review. We go live 10 minutes after, so we'll shut this stream down and we are back 10 minutes later. And we've started to stick around for about an hour, so don't send any super chats at the start because I won't see them, right? I mean, I'm rubbish at seeing them when I'm even looking at them. But the first 20 minutes of those post-show reviews, I literally just talk about the show. And basically, everything we've spoke about in this watch-along, I try and boil it down, all the key points, to 20 minutes. And then we spend about half an hour or so around that kind of ballpark, going through the live chat and getting your thoughts as well. So, and also, they're available on Spotify and Stitcher. I am actually putting them out as podcasts because I know there's people that don't get a chance to watch these shows live. So, they might be at work, go to work the next day or whatever, and they can just hear the reviews. So, yeah, we're doing quite a bit of work with those post-show reviews. And we're back tomorrow, NXT. We don't normally do NXT, but we're doing NXT. And there'll be a post-show review for NXT. So, a couple of things lined up tomorrow. Oh, it's all happening. It's all happening. That's why I need my banana. I watched your old Batista figures, and it was a 5-pack that contains all the basics. Would you like this type of product to return with basics and elites? I don't mind. Is that I can't remember the Batista video. It was a long time ago. Is that one where there's lots of different Batistas? Because they did one for Ray, which was amazing. Because it had Ray from ECW, WCW, his debut in WWE, when he won the Rumble, when he won the title, all his different attires. If you're a Ray fan, it's it's not every figure you're going to need because he's had such amazing attires. But if you're a Ray fan, that is, pride of place in your collection. And I think they did one for The Undertaker now I'm thinking about it. I'm sure they did one like that where it was like lots of different eras of Undertaker. Yeah, is the answer. I don't mind them doing that. I think it's a nice idea. AJ goes into the ring post. We're back to the action. Back to the action. I remember Batista stumbling around against Triple H. That seems like a lifetime ago. 35, wasn't it? I think that's when he retired. Give me what I want. Do you remember that promo? Give me what I want. And he was spitting everywhere as well. Filthy animal. In your opinion, who is the GOAT of wrestling YouTube? Who is the GOAT of wrestling YouTube? That's a good question. Who's the GOAT of wrestling YouTube? I reckon, and people might disagree, but I might go Grim from Grimm's Toy Show. Just because not only did he do toy hunts that influenced my toy hunts, and that was massive for this channel, so he has directly influenced me, but, I mean, he started his own wrestling promotion, and out of that wrestling promotion, or part of that wrestling promotion, he had the likes of Thunder Rosa, he had the likes of Priscilla Kelly, who's now Gigi Dolin, MJF was on that show as well. I think he had Kurt Hawkins. Maybe Zack Ryder, I'm not sure. But I know he had Kurt Hawkins. So I kind of look at his content, and he's doing vlogs. He's doing reactions. He's doing figure videos. He's been around since the early days of YouTube, so he's not just popped up. In fact, I was watching an old show, and I can't remember the show, but in the crowd was a subscribe to Grimm's Toy Show sign, and it was him holding up like this sign, and it was like from 2012 or something like this. So I mean, he must have been going for like 10 years or so. So I feel like he's got longevity. I feel like he's done loads of different kind of content. I think he's got to over 1 million subscribers. I haven't been on in a long time, to be honest. Not 'cause I don't like him or anything like that, but just because I just don't really get a chance to. I'm doing so much research or, you know, graphics or whatever it is. You know, it's just hard to find the time. I like podcasts rather than really watching YouTube videos because you can have them on in the background. So that's better. Podcasts are better. So yeah, I do a lot of that. I do a lot of listening to Cornette, Bruce Pritchard's, JBL and Briscoe, just like loads of different podcasts. So yeah, I'd go Grim. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Triple T as well. He influenced me, and we do a podcast each week. So we're underway with this, and Bobby is in control. Over into the corner goes AJ. AJ collides into a ring post, and he goes crashing down. So Bobby using his strength. Here comes Miz and Ciampa. Miz and Ciampa making their way down. Miz has got his "My Balls Are Massive" shirt on. Who's your favourite wrestler of all time? Favourite wrestler of all time? Favourite wrestler of all time? If I had to pick one, I mean, it's hard because Undertaker, I can't imagine my life without Undertaker. Shawn Michaels is amazing. Do you know who I'm really appreciating now? And it's going to be a weird name, but Macho Man. And it's a weird name because who doesn't appreciate Macho Man? But what I mean by that is, like, I'm now, like, looking for his matches. I'm really, like, you know, looking at his career. More so than just watching a show and there's a Macho Man match and you go, oh, he's great. And you watch his promo and you're like, oh, man, he's so good. Like, I'm now specifically, like, searching for his stuff. I've got, like, DVDs and everything. And I've got T-shirts and I've got loads of Macho Man stuff. But, like, don't know. I'm just now really starting to be like, man, was he? Is he up there? Is he, like, up there as one of the best. Because everything he did with proper believability. His promos are some of the greatest of all time. He was involved in some of the best matches. And then I sent that tweet out about his WrestleManias. Miz on the outside looks like he's going... Oh, here's Lumis! Oh, they jump on him! Lumis jumps over the barricades! Security are all over Lumis. Corey Graves trying to get out the way. They're making this seem like a fat bit dangerous. Bit dangerous. Does it plant a few seeds? Do people think this might be a good idea to try it themselves? And it goes off. Blank screen. We go to commercial break. They're really, really making it seem like that's a fan. They're really making it seem like a fan has just jumped the barricades. That is so good. That is so good. Dexter Lumis jumping over the barricades. Getting dragged down. Miz looking concerned. If you don't know who Dexter Lumis is, you will totally believe that someone has just jumped the barricade. Because the way they've done it, and the way the security, and the way it went to a black screen as well. Yeah, good. Really good. Really good. Lumis. I like that, says Rob. They're doing amazing with Lumis. They really are. They really are. It is just like fan jumps barricade, isn't it? Fan jumps barricades. It's great. Triple H, thank you, Hunter, says Rivy. Thank you, Hunter. Thank you, Hunter. Great cut to commercial. I love how we're praising production now. That's nice, isn't it? That's a great cut to commercial. Ah, well done, guys. That's how smart we are. We're so smart. Oh my God, guys, we are so smart. We're the cool kids. When you're smart and you know you're smart, you're one of the cool kids. I think that's how it works. We are so smart. Now, not only do we know who it is, and not only do we know that it's all like just a work, but also we're praising production values. Yeah! What a time to be alive. I think it was all Series 1 basic in one pack. Evan Bourne, Big Show, Triple H, Cena, Batista, and Kofi. Would you like to see that return? Not bothered. Not bothered, to be honest. If you were going to buy them all, then I suppose it's... Oh, man, they're big boxes, though, aren't they? Don't know. A bit torn on that. Bit torn. If it's like all one season in a box, or one series, 6 figures, I mean, there might be something in there that you're not a fan of. Do you know what I mean? So then, like, who's going to buy them? And how much are they going to cost as well? 6 figures would have been like, I don't know, they were $10, so that would be $60 for a box. I mean, they might sell. I don't know. I ain't crazy about it. Daisy's smug. We're all smarks. Oh, I didn't want that one. Oh, that'll do. We're smarks. We're smarks. We're smarks. We're smarks. Smarky smarks. Marks. Marks. I can do that now. I can do that hit row impression now that we are now they're back. If I did the hit row stuff before, no, I don't know that people would have known what it was. But I can do it now. Days, you know nothing about being cool as you don't like hit row. Hey, listen. It's not that I don't like them. I just think they're a bit OTT. That's all. I just think they're trying too hard. I'm pointing out how uncool they are. That's how cool I am. It's cool to point out the flaws in other people. That's cool. That's what cool is. Forearm by AJ Styles. AJ. So we've got Bibbs down. Throws him into the ring. Was it a phenomenal? Yeah, it was, you know. It's a phenomenal forearm. Phenomenal forearm by AJ Styles. And again, he's still throwing them in. We've got about 40 minutes to go. Paul. Bailey's got a chair. Is Bailey going to turn? Smile on the face of... Did I read that one from Mitchell? Maybe. If I didn't, it was a long time ago. Let's see what Paul's got to say. Paul says... think they got the name Dexter Lumis because of the show Dexter and Dr. Lumis from the Halloween movies. Maybe. Yeah, I actually don't know the answer to that. I mean, it would make perfect sense because his character is very, you know what I mean, Dexter. Like, you could totally see him killing people and trying to just get rid of the bodies discreetly. It's very much the vibe he gives off. But yeah, he's still a human. He's still got a human side. And we saw Dexter Lumis get married to Indy Hartwell. So, yes, I think that you might have hit the nail on the head there, buds. So, yeah, Paul, I'm going to give you that. Dexter would be a good killer. But Days, what are your opinions on the size of women's figures compared to males? Shoulder up by AJ. Do you plan on doing an updated best to basic elite 70 to 100 numbers are examples? I don't mind the women's figures. I haven't got an issue with women's figures. I think there's some great ones, actually. There's an Alexa Ultimate Edition that was awesome. She came with, like, her Playhouse theme, if you will. She looked brilliant. Brilliant. A Sensational Sherry one just came out that looked great as well. So, I think they're doing great work with the women's figures. I did have a problem with, like, the belly buttons in the past and all that kind of stuff. So, I've had my issues with them, but I think they're in a great place. And will I do more? Yeah, I will do more. But, I don't know, man. We're just doing top 10s. We were doing some debut videos. Post-show reviews. That was a bit sloppy by AJ. 2. Shoulder up by Bobby. He planted Bobby down, but it didn't look great. The Rack Bomb is what it's called. The Rack Bomb. Coming up next, we got Dana Brooke and Dakota Kai. Dream match. So, we've had Lumis trying to interfere. We've had quite a lengthy encounter here between Bibbs and AJ. Walt Disney figures are weird, says Unbroken. Up on the shoulder. Plants him down. Is that going to do it for Bibbs? 1, 2. No. Shoulder up. Shoulder up by AJ. Do you see Matt Cardona, Macho Man inspired ring from GCW? No, I avoid GCW like the plague. I saw clips of that Effie Moxley thing trending. That has divided opinion. Bibbs drives AJ into the ring post. Alex, don't give me top 10 ideas here. Don't do it, Alex, because I can't guarantee that I will remember them. In the comments of those videos, that is where you want to go. Bibbs goes for... Oh, why did he get kicked? I don't know. This just ain't doing it for me, this match. Going for the calf crusher. He's got the calf crusher. I mean, in all fairness, they're bumping around like troopers. Seen him on the outside. He is. He's got this calf crusher applied. Bibbs is powering his way out. Wow, that's cool. He's managed to apply the hurt lock. He's managed to transition and get the hurt lock on. 2. Oh, that was good. Okay, now it's grabbing me. Calf crusher into a hurt lock. AJ has to roll back. He manages to do that and get the pin. That was good. That was a good sequence. Now the crowd are chanting, "This is awesome." God, as long as you give the crowd a moment, they're happy. Against the ropes goes spear! Spear by Bibbs! 2, 3, Bibbs gets the win. Bam, 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 bam. I'm still. Bibbs beats AJ. Matt and Chelsea had a wedding. It was quite fun. Maki Ito sang to them. Nick Gage destroyed him with a pizza cutter. Bum, ba, ba, dum. Days, why is Lumis a creep like you? Because he's cool. He's cool. Cool people are creeps, in fact. There we go. Bibbs gets it done. Tough match against AJ. Not a bad match. To be honest, just not a match that was like grabbing me the way that nowhere near like Owens and Drew. Bum, 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 bum. Bib, 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 bib. Right, we're backstage with Theory. Dolph against Theory. That match coming up tonight. Bit of a weird one to end Raw with, don't you think? I suppose it's a bit of a feud, and it is Theory, but... Commercial break. We was watching fireworks yesterday, and my daughter got stung. My hand is swollen. Ugh, horrible. Cynthia, shout out to you. That's better. That's the kind of news I look for. Yeah? Now you're learning. Don't come round here telling me about giving people donuts. Let me know about children being stung. Alex said, maybe Overload, but for Money in the Bank, why don't they have a ladder match for each title? Overload. 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 Alex, why are you coming in here overloading everything? Alex Overload Bloomfield, that's what you are. Dexter Lumis could be huge if they book him correctly. He's got a unique look, says Kevin. James said, personally, I like it, giving new and different people, the main event each week. As long as AEW doesn't have a dragon egg like WWE did with the golden egg, I think it's just a heavy promotion branded. Don't need a Game of Thrones gobbledygooker. You might not need a Game of Thrones gobbledygooker, but you are speaking for yourself on that one. Gobbledygooker is so interesting because, yeah, all right, it's not what people were hoping for. Some people were hoping it was going to be Ric Flair, I think, that was going to be in the egg. And didn't Undertaker even say that he thought he was going to have to come out of the egg? He fully expected Vince to call him up and say that you're going to be Eggman. That's what Undertaker expected. He expected, when he answered the phone, Calloway, he expected to be told, we're going to debut in the egg. You're going to debut and break out of an egg. You're going to be Eggman or something. And then when he, apparently Vince went, hello, is that the Undertaker? And he was like, the Undertaker? Yeah, this is the Undertaker. And he's quite happy with it. But anyway, Gobbledygooker was meant to be like a little mascot. You know what I mean? You go to a house show. Oh my God, Mum, look, Gobbledygooker. Can I get my picture taken with the Gobbledygooker? I would totally have done that. I would do that now. If I went to a show, a WWE show, and they had the Gobbledygooker walking around the foyer, just meeting fans. You telling me you wouldn't get a picture with the Gobbledygooker? Of course you would. And if not, you're a disgrace. So, in my mind, all right, it disappointed people at the time. But do you know what I mean? I think it's become iconic now. Maybe because it was so bad, it's become good. I don't know. All I know is if I go to a house show and the gobbledygooker is there, I am getting my picture 100% with the gobbledygooker. Look what Theory wore earlier. What did Theory wear earlier? Was it Way stuff? Here's Dana Brooke. All these teases. People in the background. People changing their hair. Tanks. Dana Brooke then against Dakota Kai. I nearly did a Bailey. Nearly called her Dakota Sky. I've got a black screen, and now it's all crashed. Where is the show? This would never have happened under Vince. Oh, it's back. It's back. Bobby. Okay, hang on. Dexter Lumis. Restrained. That's a good word, isn't it? Dexter Lumis restrained. Bobby beats AJ. Bum, 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 bum. Half an hour to go. Macho Man almost went into pro baseball. NHL live stream. Sadly not, Brendan. That's just not... there's people that already do that, and they do it much better than we ever could. LSW said, do you know how Big Boss Man changed into a more serious version in the Attitude Era? If the gobbledygooker worked, what would the more serious Attitude Era of him be? I reckon he would shave all his feathers off and get like prison tattoos. So I think he would have shaved it all off, plucked, and then he'd have like teardrops tattooed here and like anchors and things, like a naked woman on his arm. And he'd walk around with a baseball bat. Maybe he'd walk around with a shank. Perhaps he'd be known as the Shanky Shanker. The Shanky Shanker. Ah, that would be brilliant. Yeah. He'd have gone to prison for messing someone up. And then he'd come out, plucked, tattoos, teardrops, holding a shank, and he'd be known as the Shanky Shanker. Why am I not on the creative team? Why? All of these amazing ideas just go into waste. Right, we've got EO and we've got Bailey on the outside. Down goes Dana. Big boot by Dakota Kai. Yeah! Fired up too. Shoulder up by Dana. Frederick said, the gobbledygooker commentary is ridiculous and I am here for it. Yep. 2022 and we've got some in-depth gobbledygooker conversation going. What a time to be alive. Look at these quick kicks. Look at those kicks. Quick little kicks by Dakota. I saw Montez. I mean, he's been doing it for a while, but I forgot. He came out at that WrestleMania launch thing in a crown. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, damn, that needs to go to Dakota. She needs to wear that little crown. And they need to call her King Kota. It's such a good name. King Kota. And the twist is she's a woman? King Kota, a woman? I mean, we'd be in uproar over here. Because we take monarchy very seriously. But I do love the name. Over in the corner goes Dakota. Back elbow by Dana Brooke. Dana going over. Oh, face first. Into the turnbuckle. Dakota looking for. Big kick. Running boot. A haluva, if you will. And she gets the win. Dakota Kai wins. Dakota beats Dana Brooke. Technically, shouldn't she get the 24/7 title? No. Bailey shouting at Dana. Bailey holding up Dakota's hand, making sure that Dana can see it. Very good. Very good. New champ. Your thoughts on War Games rumoured for Clash? I think it's bad enough they botch War Games NXT. Why do it on the main roster? I have not heard War Games being rumoured for Clash. Who would be in that? Who would be in that? Judgment Day. There's only 2 guys. I don't. Who would do that? You can't do Bloodline. Don't know. I can't say I've heard those rumours. Ryan Satin tweeted, Triple H was in charge 5 years ago. Would AEW exist? It's an interesting point. I think it would. Because I think Tony Khan would probably always want to have his own company. But the only thing is, would there be a hunger for another company? Like AEW is serving those fans that want more wrestling and want a wrestling show. And WWE has now turned itself into a wrestling show, really. You're still getting a bit of sports entertainment stuff, of course, but definitely turned up the wrestling. A-Town. So, I don't know. It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm going to say that Tony Khan would still fancy getting into wrestling. Who he would have at his disposal, though, I don't know, because there's every chance that the Bucks and Kenny might have found their way to a Triple H WWE. So, I don't know. Maybe Tony would be satisfied with just watching WWE and it's a good product and he doesn't want to rival it. So, yeah, it's a good thing to ponder. Here's Theory then. Main event, I think. I'm guessing. Dolph against Theory. I tell you what, they've got a job on their hands to steal this show. Good luck stealing this show. Dakota teased on Instagram a women's War Games. I smell war, I'm game, with a graphic featuring her and Alexa and some others. Oh. I don't really buy those teases. I've certainly not seen anything reported like from Fightful or heard anything from Meltzer, so I don't know. Look, the superstars are going to do a lot of this now. We're seeing loads of it. I mean, we showed earlier Liv Morgan teasing her changing her hair black, which I know might not sound that exciting, but as I said before, like, you can't really change your hair unless you get permission. And I think if she's taking it black, there's probably a good chance that that's a sign of a potential heel turn. And then, like, Shotzi was teasing bringing her tank back. Someone told me to go on to have a look at Karrion Kross's Twitter, because apparently he was doing something, but I couldn't see anything. Now you're telling me that Dakota's teasing War Games. I don't know. I kind of don't really pay it much attention, to be honest. Not unless it's going to come from Meltzer or Fightful. Joshua says, I love Trustbusters. Thoughts? Haven't seen them, to be honest. I don't know if I watched them on Wednesday. I can't remember. That's probably bad, isn't it? That's like Parker Bordeaux, isn't it? And Ari Davari and someone else. I can't comment. I haven't seen enough of them. I really can't say. Trent said, does Lumis come out again during this since it's the main event and Theory is there? Why else would this be the main event? I don't know. This does strike me as a strange main event. I'm not against it. It's Theory. He's a big star. He's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. But I don't know. It's a weird one. I mean, personally, I would have switched it. There must be a reason why this is going last. Because for me, would you not make the US title match last? And also, that just happens to be the segment where Dexter Lumis jumps through the crowd. Like, it feels like that there's a lot going on and that's how the show should end. So for this to be last, I don't know. I don't know if Triple H has said, look, you're going to go last and I want you to steal the show. Dolph, remind everyone how good you are. Theory, show everyone how good you are. You've got the main event. Is he set again? Is it Triple H setting the table and challenging the talent? Because I don't think the talent really has been challenged all that much like that. I don't think that Vince has ever said to anyone, go out there and show them what you can do. Kind of a situation. Maybe he has, I don't know. But I could definitely see Hunter turning around to Dolph and saying, go out there and remind them of who you are. And saying to Theory, like, show them why you are the next big thing. Trustbusters are a billionaire, his skeezy, high-flying drug dealer, and his scary bodyguard. It's brilliant, says Joshua. Jaden said the IC title was main event on SmackDown, so it makes sense the US would main event Raw. Theory versus Dolph main event. Wonder if Gargano and Candice return. Jeez. Jeez, could you imagine? Could you imagine if we are about to see Johnny and Candice? Didn't even cross my mind. This it just doesn't feel like the sort of show that you would bring them back on. To me, Johnny and Candice are so big, I would be doing it on a pay-per-view. I can't say I'd be doing it on a random Raw. Could you imagine? I mean, in all fairness, that would completely explain why this is main event. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Guys, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up, guys. Don't do it, guys. You're only going to disappoint yourselves. All these drug promotions, yet anti-vaping, hypocrisy, or WWE USA. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. What if Rude helps Theory? I don't think anyone will care. I don't think anyone will care. I think the Dirty Dogs are just... When have we seen them last? I remember them coming out on a little interview segment a few weeks back, but... I don't know. I mean, he could turn on Dolph and you could then do like a Dolph Rude feud, but... Don't know. Right, we've got Theory in the ring. How long we got? 19 minutes. Do you think we're leading to Dolph Theory for the briefcase? Maybe. Someone should challenge him for the briefcase. Here's Dolph making his way down. His sign's upside down. Right, Dolph Ziggler. And Theory. Theory did try and cash in. He's so much fun. Look at him. Running down at SummerSlam. Trying to cash in. He never actually does. Brock grabs him. F5s him onto the briefcase. And that was it. That was his SummerSlam over. So Theory is not happy at seeing that replay. Okay, here we go then. Down goes Theory. Strikes coming in. Lumis did jump the barricade when The Miz was about to jump AJ Styles. Read my comment. So. I need new Nick. Alex. Eric, shout out to you. Is Theory in Triple H's long-term plans? He seems to be getting laid out. Isn't really being presented well. Cornette and Last debated it a few weeks ago. Theory is an NXT guy, but he was a Vince guy. I think Theory's fine. I think Theory's absolutely fine. If he's going to cash in, I personally wouldn't do it until next year. So you kind of need to showcase him, but you don't necessarily need him to be at the top of the card or anything like that. So I think he'll be fine. What he is he's a long-term guy. That's what Theory is. Just use him. I think if he's out there being used and he's in some feuds and they've got some interesting for him, then he's fine. Theory grabbing Dolph. So we are underway here, 17 minutes, but we are going to have obviously a commercial break. Not for a bit though. He's only just turned 25. He's got years to go, says Cal. Do you think Ziggler will be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Did you see the footage of a ref going mad at Seth at a house show? I did. This main event will let the show down, said Just Nick. Theory is hurling Dolph into the ring post, repeatedly hurling him into it. Theory is going to fail, and that the right move is long-term, guy. He will win the 2024 Rumble. 1, 2, shoulder up. Who do you think Bianca will face at Clash at the Castle? She's already in a match. She's facing Bayley, Io, and Dakota. She's partnering Asuka and Alexa. Did Dakota and Dana have their match? Yes. And Dakota won. Have I not added that to the bottom? I don't think I have I? No, you're right. Dakota beat Dana. Bum, ba, ba, dum. Did you see Vince was planning on burying Gunther? Why even put the title on him? Well, look, my thought on that is that Gunther is very much a Vince guy. He's got a great size. He's transformed his body. And there must be a reason as to why Vince felt that way. The report was that they just weren't happy with something he did on a show. But it never went into specifics. It said the episode, and I watched the episode. It's when he beats up R-Truth, and R-Truth is dressed as Uncle Sam. I think it's like July 4th. There's nothing that's obviously wrong to me. But also I was thinking is, what if, like, some of those shots were a bit snug? What if he, like, injured R-Truth, and he'd caused some injuries the week before, and Vince had already spoke to him about, you know, make sure you don't injure, like, the other competitors. I could understand Vince getting frustrated at that. If he'd have spoke to him and said, don't injure. I don't know that's what happened. But I'm just saying, I would be, rather than getting upset at, like, Vince, oh my God, he almost buried Gunther, I'd be more interested to know why. Why? Because there must be a reason. Because you look at Gunther, he's got everything. Great in-ring, believable character, decent size. They put the IC title on him. Called him up, didn't need to call him up. Called him up, they clearly saw something in him. So they call him up, and somewhat to the point where they give him the IC title. So something happened. Something happened. I'd love to know what it was. Either way, it's not a problem now because Vince has gone, so. Theory is planted. He's trying to get the pin here. 1, 2, shoulder up. Shoulder up by Theory. And we go to commercial break. There we go. If I'm being honest, I would have Theory cash in on Cody, robbing his moment, giving Theory big heat. And it's not like Theory needs a long reign. He could drop the belt after. Love it. I'd definitely do that. I'd definitely do that. And in fact, I think I might even have tweeted it out. Because I completely agree. Can you find old tweets? Because I'm sure I did go that way. Cody, Theory. It must save tweets, mustn't it? I will have to find that. But I completely agree. I think that gets him mad heat. Do you think Dakota and Theory are championship material? I think Theory is. I think Dakota is a little bit on the smaller side. I'm not saying that it's a problem, but I just think when you've got people like, I don't know, I mean, look, Bianca's more athletic. Charlotte's bigger and more experienced. Ronda's just more legit. Bailey as well has got the experience. Asuka's just a flipping killer. I think they're going to unleash the monster that is Shayna Baszler. It's just really hard to look at Dakota and go, yeah, she fits in. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, she definitely can get to the title. I think she can. But I don't see a massive WrestleMania main eventer. I see a solid worker. I see someone that can have a mid-card title, someone that could lead a faction, someone that could work in a tag team. I see someone that's versatile, credible in ring. Yeah, I mean, decent promo, popular. People like Dakota. So, yeah, I definitely see her potential, but what I struggle to see is someone that's going to be WrestleMania main eventer. Yeah, someone that's going to... She could win a title, but I don't know how long she holds it. That type of a thing. I could see her winning a title and holding it if she's got a faction that cheats and allows her to keep it that way. I can see that. I could see her being like the female $1 million man. Where, like, he had Virgil that was helping him and... Andre won the title for him and he tries to buy it off Andre. And, $1 million man wasn't the biggest guy. But, I mean, equally, he never gets to the world title. That his world title reign is not counted. So, yeah, she might get there, but I don't know how long she holds it. Do you think they gave Liv the title too early? Yes. Yep. I'm not lying. During the Money in the Bank watch long, which I didn't do, but I was still watching the show on UFC. I said I didn't mind her winning Money in the Bank, but I really struggled with her beating Ronda. I think she could have beaten Ronda better, actually. I think she needed to come down and just pin Ronda, and Ronda needed to be pretty much out. But the problem for me was that Ronda was still active enough where she got the ankle lock applied. And I just really struggled to buy Liv getting out of that move. This is, Ronda was there. She had it in. For me, that's it. You're done. I'm really struggling to believe Liv's getting out of a Ronda ankle lock. So the cash-in was something I struggled with. And then I said, well, she's got it now. Let's see how it goes. And then SummerSlam happens. So, yeah, my struggles, those are my struggles with Liv. But her as a worthy champion, I've got no issue with. She's put the work in. So I've got no issue with her, winning the belt eventually. I would have done it a different way, yeah. Ryan, shout out to you, bud. Ryan said, can you see Drew taking a title off Roman? Yes, I can. I think Drew at Clash is a very tempting prospect. Give the UK fans a massive moment. Big main event. First UK show in 30 years, of that scale. Oh, man, he hurls Dolph into that ring post again. Dolph hurled into the ring post. Referee is checking on him. Theory coming through. Roll through into a drop kick. Grabs Dolph. Hurls him into the ring post. We are into the final 8 minutes. Final 8 minutes. Do you think this is good momentum for Theory having a main event Raw? I think it's I don't know why they've done it, but I think it's a statement, definitely. Forrest Miller, shout out to you, my friend. Do you see Bron Breakker cutting it? Yeah. I see Bron cutting it because he is very confident, very comfortable. He's got a great size. I don't know what his experience is like. I don't know how great in ring he is. I mean, we'll get... It's been a while since I've watched NXT and Bron, so we're watching NXT tomorrow. So we'll see what he looks like. But, yeah, I think that he's got a good size to him. I think he's honing his skills down in NXT. He's got a great teacher in Shawn Michaels. And obviously now when he comes up, Triple H will look after him on the main roster. He'll make sure that he's booked right. The great thing now is that they don't need to worry about being given the right stories, the right circumstances to get over. Really, you know, think about Carrion. When Carrion came up, he got given like a mask and like a kinky gladiator outfit. And it's like, how do you get that over? How was Carrion ever going to get that over? You could look at Carrion in NXT and you could go, yeah, he's going to be a big star. Look at, I mean, how is he not? He's got Scarlett, he's got the entrance, he looks like a beast. Well, what happens when you take Scarlett away? The entrance changes and he looks like a kinky gladiator. Do you know what I mean? Get over then. Get over then. And he couldn't, and he got cut. So this is the point. Like, if this was Vince's world, I would worry for Bron. Because Bron not only needs to get over, but he might have to do it whilst dressing up as a hedgehog or something. I don't know. Who knows? Well, at least now with Triple H in charge, he surely is just going to have the, you know, just got to do what he does best. Just be a beast. Come out, you know, big guy. Talk some smack on the microphone. Have a decent match. Like, they'll do the work for him now. He just needs to deliver. So, yeah, I feel a lot more confident for Bron now that Vince isn't in charge. But I think Bron, I mean, I feel like Bron still would have been all right under Vince. But I would have said the same for Carrion, to be honest. And look how that worked out. Theory rolls through. Ah! 1 gets caught. 2. Famouser. So Theory gets caught there and planted. Look at past Money in the Bank winners in early days like Edge, RVD, Kennedy. I don't think they were made out to be weak or look like goofs. They should be threats at the top of the card. Theory looks too weak now. Why does he look weak? Why does he look weak? Because of his failed cash-in. I mean, he's going toe-to-toe in the main event of Raw here with Dolph. Big strike by Dolph. I mean, I'm expecting Theory to win this. Strike by Theory again. The thing with Theory as well, though, is that he's that kind of smarmy heel. So it's like, even if he is losing and he doesn't have much momentum, he doesn't care. Because he's a heel. And he's just here to upset your favourites. That's why I really do like the him cashing in on Cody angle. I think that's a good angle. Whether he's got momentum or not, he can still upset people. Theory is in control. Ryan said, would you be into the 3 faces of Bray like Mick? I don't know. I feel like that's been done. I feel like it's been done, so I think I would rather get something new and fresh rather than like go down a 3 faces of Bray road. 1, 2, shoulder up by Theory. Theory survives. To my earlier point, he seems like he's getting laid out a fair bit. I don't see it as an issue personally. Just because, as I said, I think for him, I see him as not cashing in until next year. I think that as long as he's being used and he's in storylines or whatever and he's just, you know, on TV, I don't need him to be built up as like a killer or anything. Because I genuinely think he's going to be one of those heels that's going to ruin the party. And whether he's got momentum whether he hasn't got momentum, it ain't going to matter, 'cause that briefcase is such an opportunity. And in fact, if people look at him thinking that he's not deserving, you could make an argument that's even better. If he's like, you know, looking a bit weak and losing some matches, I don't think it's going to be a massive problem. Because as soon as he cashes in and he ruins, say, Cody Rhodes' moment, he'll be... oh, he's using the ropes. Oh, referee spots it. Roll up by Dolph to kick out by Theory. Kick, down goes Theory. Against the ropes goes Dolph. Theory catches him. Into A-Town down. 1, 2, 3. Theory gets the win. Theory beats Dolph. I mean, it's a clean win in the main event of Raw. Hats off to Dolph Ziggler. A good little match. Is there a reason though for this being the main event, or is that it? Lots of boos, lots of boos. Lots of boos for Theory, who's taking plenty of selfies. We're just seeing some replays here. Supreme Rose said he won't dress as any hedgehog. He'll dress as Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes. He, yeah. Good luck getting that over. But that's the kind of malarkey you would have had to try and got over under Vince's regime. Theory taking some selfies. It doesn't feel like there's any moments or any arrivals, which I don't mind. We don't need it. This very much feels like what a show should be. Like just an average, normal Raw. Trademark thing coming up on screen. And I think we're about to be done here. And there we go. We are done. Right. Boom. We're going to be back in 10 minutes time. We're going to be back in 10 minutes time because I need to go off and get all these images, load them up, get ready for our post-show review. So make sure that you join us for that on this channel in 10 minutes. We will completely break down Raw, get your thoughts, see what people thought of it, if they enjoyed it, if they didn't. Yeah. Really appreciate everyone joining us as always. It's always great to have so many, such great comments, so many interesting conversations. Really appreciate it. And as we said, we will be back tomorrow for NXT. And we'll do NXT Heatwave and a post-show review. But we're back in 10 minutes for our Raw post-show review as well. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.